Florida. An Xfinity and Craftsman Truck Series playoffs doubleheader on Saturday. A Cup Series playoffs showdown on Sunday. And it's all caliente.
Side by side for the race lead.
NASCAR playoffs weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Hell of a job, guys.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current, the story of the only two women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure.
Next in line, please.
So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. With 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
Do you like that gift wrap?
Really ties it all together. Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible. It's happening. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 10/27/24. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 300 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. That army includes an entire legal team, specialist lawyers, investigators, and a 24/7 client satisfaction staff. Just like if you were going into surgery, you wouldn't trust one person to handle the paperwork, the scheduling, the anesthesia, and the surgery. Have you ever seen a surgeon operating alone and without resources? No way. Why would you trust a small firm with your case? Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Northbound 95 still shut down between Palmetto Park Road and Glades Road due to a crash. Take Military Trail to avoid delays. And there's an accident still has the eastbound lanes of Southern Boulevard shut down, Jog Road to Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at realradio921.com. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Hello and happy hump day. It is a Wednesday on Real Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you are listening to Rover's Morning Glory. And speaking of Rover, hopefully you're listening to his voice because we got chances for you to win $1,000. We call it Red Zone revenue. Maybe a little bit later on if you didn't hear that 10 o'clock keyword, we will give it to you again because we love winners here on Real Radio. Not only are we giving away $1,000 today at 11:45, it is 3-Word Wednesday. This is great. We got a 4-pack of tickets to go see, of course, your Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers, taking on the Boston Bruins. This is Franny. Good morning to you. Of course, normally you hear G-Man in the captain's seat. He is taking a day off. Hopefully we will have him with us tomorrow. But we got Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hey.
And we got Jason sitting in the captain's chair.
From where, Franny?
We got Jason from Jason and Franny in the mornings on the Gator.
You got that right. Long time no see.
I know. It's literally like we just went from one studio and then just walked over to the other side to another studio.
Hey, that's because we're consummate professionals.
That's exactly
and, I think this is an extension of the Jason and Franny show today, at least for a little while, but upgraded because we have a world-class producer like Dom handling things for us.
Thank you.
Look at us go.
Live into the dream. And you can be part of the dream, too. Hey, be that 4th seat in the Penthouse. You can text us at 47142. Started off with Real Radio. I have that text line right in front of me. Of course, you can give us a call, 877-927-6969. And these days, you can email Franny at realradio921.com. Now, if you're like, hey, what's going on? I haven't been listening to you guys in a while. Normally, you would hear Jimmy here. He's no longer with the Penthouse, but as Jason mentioned, we have Dom, and we think Dom is doing a fantastic job. So you can call him and tell him that he sucks. That's love around here. It truly is.
Dom, you suck.
Just like that. So I just have I'm going to start off with a little beef this morning. I have, and I don't know if you guys...
Tenderloin, steak, what are we talking here?
No. It's just it's beef with my lock. With my lock I have on my door. So, do you guys have one of the, like a passcode?
I did in my last house, yes.
All right, so that's what I have on my door.
I had the exact same one that you have on your door.
Yes, and silly me doesn't have the actual key that goes into said lock because that's a backup, right? You got to have a backup. I don't know where it is, and I don't know. So it has been acting up, and it's not a dead battery because that's happened before. Because it'll show if the battery's dead, it has like a little red light. It has been so temperamental. So for the past 2 days, I have had to fight it and have been locked out of my house in the heat for 30 minutes because my husband doesn't get home until after me. So 30 minutes of this happening. We thought we fixed it. We did it. Now this morning before getting to work, I got locked inside of my house. Don't ask how. The damn lock, the bolt would not move.
Really?
It wouldn't move. And obviously, there's backup plans here. I have
Right.
a back door I could go out of and then go around and go to the fence and
Nice.
stuff. But I'm just saying, you're such a child. I'm just saying that I don't know what's going on, but I am so anti them. Next time we're doing this, I'm taking it off. I'm going back to a good old just locking.
You know,
key.
I'll tell you, I my previous house, before I moved back home to Florida, I lived in Cleveland, outside of Cleveland, a town called Lakewood. I had the exact same lock on my side door as you have on your door, Franny.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting similar issues, not to the extent that I was locked out for a half hour, but you know, I just headed off of the pass. I said, you know what? I'm not dealing with this thing anymore. I ripped it off and put a regular old deadbolt on there and had no problems from there moving forward. So that's my recommendation to you. But plus, I'll put the caveat on there. I was getting the house ready for sale and all that. And I didn't want
you wanted to change the lockout.
Yeah, I wanted to change it anyway and have it ready to go. That's what I would do. I mean, I understand and I get the convenience of having these code locks
In the
or
beginning,
whatever.
it was great.
Yeah.
No problems. Easy breezy. Now we've been in the house, and it was new when we purchased the house. We put it on there, so it's about 3 years old. But
That's about how long mine lasted.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So I highly recommend don't getting those.
Right.
It has been such a pain in my butt.
It's great if you own operate an Airbnb or something to that effect. I get it there, but you know, even then, I'd be changing that thing out once a year, once every couple of years at least.
As you should.
Yeah.
Between that and having to lock my bathroom door because my dog escapes it, and then I lose that key to unlock my bathroom door, it's been a mess. I couldn't get in my bathroom yesterday for like 30, 45 minutes because I couldn't find my key. I know.
Franny, you're all over the place.
I am. So we have like the handle on all of our doors that came with it. I don't even know how to describe it. Where it just comes out. So she just goes and she hits it and it opens doors. So same thing. Just I was like, well, because we're trying to think. We're like, well, what can we do so she can't? I know, get a knob.
I was just about to say, get rid of the handle, put a knob on there.
It took us so long to come to that, though. We were like, what should we do? Should we get a code for the bathroom door? And then finally my husband was like, wait, why don't we just get a knob? I don't think she can open the door.
What surprises me, Dom, is it dawned on him and not her. Yeah. You know, I would see it normally the other way around, but it
What
finally...
are you trying to say about my husband?
Nothing.
Yeah, so...
Listen, my wife's the smart one in my household, too, so it's okay.
Well, I mean, you know, I'll take it. I don't know if it is all the time, but I will. So I also wanted to get into this. I don't know if you guys are keeping up at all with what's going on with the debate. Just kidding. We're not talking about that. No politics around here, but did you guys watch it?
I watched it just to see if there was going to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
And I was sorely disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that I did see out, and I came in halfway through because I was watching Chaos on Netflix with the wife or whatever. And I was like,
such a good show.
It is really good.
Have you heard of Chaos yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's great, especially if you're into Greek mythology.
Yes.
It is really cool. Your long life crush is Zeus.
Jeff Goldblum.
It's a really good program. We finished an episode. I'm like, oh yeah, debate's on. Let me click over and watch that, and it was just uneventful. You know, I honestly was not there to see where they sat on one side or the other.
I mean, we know.
They're
For the most part.
they're literally there defending their bosses.
Yes.
That's what they're doing. But the one thing that I did see at the very end of it, and I was kind of happy to see it, was a sense of civility between the two. The two vice presidential candidates, Waltz and Vance, walked up to each other with their wives, shook each other's hand, and had a civil conversation at the end.
All right.
That's not something you saw in the
really
previous debate. You know, you saw Kamala go up to Trump and shake his hand because they never met before. But other than that, there was no discourse outside of the actual debate. These guys actually, I think there was a semblance of respect for each other.
Okay.
And that's something that gives me a glimmer of hope when I look at politics.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. That's the only takeaway that I have on it. I don't care about the issues. I care about the issues. We're not going to get into those here. But, you know, seeing something like that happen was, hey, there's a little bit of civility
It's
here.
rare. It's rare when it happens in politics. How about you, Dom? Did you catch any of it?
Just like the intro.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then you were out. Yeah. And the same thing. And I think I'm curious to see how the ratings are going to be, because they also said it's probably going to be the last debate before, which is, I for some reason, I felt like there were so many more last go arounds.
There used to be.
Right?
I remember at one point there was like 3 debates going, 3 presidential debates, and I think maybe 2 vice presidential debates. You know, these guys don't have to accept the offers to do those,
Of
you know,
course.
so they can decline. And when you look at it, do we really need to see more?
No, and I'm with you, and I think that's why we don't see anymore. I know that our former President Trump, he made it very clear that he didn't want to do anymore.
Sure.
Which to me was very surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing but he likes to talk, and he likes to debate. So I was very surprised about that, and I'm curious to see if he's seen this. I don't know if it was out. Oh man, I don't think it was. It wasn't Burning Man because it looked like it should be one of those Burning Man things.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the latest thing? That giant nude Trump statue that they
In
have.
Vegas?
They have erected. I mean, this thing is 43 feet.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah, right. 43 feet tall
Whoa.
in Las Vegas. You were just there. You didn't see it, huh?
Nope.
I think they put it up right after you left, like days after you left. Yeah.
This thing is huge. It's like 6,000 pounds. I'm not going to tell you what it's titled, but it is what they say, a foam and rebar installation. And it's not the first time they did something like that. Because remember, whatever year it was, they had him as well, like dressed up. It was a huge inflatable that was going around, dressed up as a baby. But I thought it would be somewhere that would be, it looks like something that would be up at Burning Man. And
just because of its size.
The size
it's
of it
huge.
and just the art and the way that they do it. We're trying to plan a Burning Man trip for 2025.
Nice.
Never done it. Bucket list trip for me.
Still?
Festival. Still.
Even
I
as
know.
corporate as it's got.
And yes, and even with my age, and like you would think that's a younger person's game. I just want to see it with my very own eyes.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
There's older people there.
Oh, no, well, that's what I'm going to say. So I started following groups and on Facebook, and you have to get invited to them. My favorite group to follow, and I got invited somehow, some way. Well, they accepted my invitation because I wanted to get in there, right? They accepted my request, even seeing that I was not, or I've never been to a Burning Man. But my favorite group to follow lately, and if you have not yet, it is Misconnections from Burning Man. So people trying to
Like
find
the Craigslist thing, right? Okay,
yes,
yeah.
Specifically for this. And the craziest stuff, like I shared my mason jar with you so you could pee.
Yeah. Oh, Burning Man has the wildest
They
stories.
do. And they're
It
just,
used to, though. I hear that it's gotten tamed back. It's not what it used to be.
I don't know.
You're shaking your head, Dom. What?
No, it's not. It's exactly what it used to be. It's still the same. You just got to go to the right zones and areas.
All right.
It was huge this last one.
Yes.
I actually know people that went.
I was gonna say, Dom, are you speaking from experience?
I know.
No, I haven't gone, but
Okay.
I'm a part of a lot of those festival groups just because I went to 13 festivals in 2022.
Yeah.
So
I went to 13.
13 music
over here.
festivals.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a part of those groups and stuff like that. And some friends went to this last Burning Man. It was packed.
Yeah.
And the only thing they said was there was a bad sandstorm.
That's
and that's
what I
what you got to prep for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah, but it was as wild as you could think.
And it's still all bartering, right? For the majority
A lot
of
of it's like that.
Yeah.
Just trading. You make neighbors and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I go, I'm RVing it, right? I mean, I'm
All right,
not,
Randy.
yes.
So that's a thing that my wife has been wanting to do, just like you, for a very long time.
I can see her there.
Oh yeah, she'll go nuts. So if you manage to weasel your way into this, once you tag in the wife,
I will. So it's
and maybe me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would feel that way. That if you want to be,
I think Matt and I would like to go too.
Well, Matt
Yeah.
does want to go now.
Yeah.
So with my ex-husband and the boyfriend I had after him, my long-term, they're both like, absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah. Because they had no interest.
You dated some douchebags, didn't you?
Well, they had no interest in going, and I guess they had zero trust or faith in me of going without them. was the
okay,
issue.
yeah, all right. Got
So
it.
that was the problem because a girlfriend of mine had been dying to go, and they were like, no. They're like, both of them had no interest in going, and they just, I guess, had no faith or trust that I would make it out alive. So this time around, my husband Matt is very much interested. So we're gonna try to get a group together. Do it next year, which I think is August, September, right? Because it just recently happened. And it to me, it looks insane. And they always say, from all the groups I've in, they're like, don't just do the weekend.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth it. They're like, you got to do like.
And it's hard to get in and out that quick of that place.
Yep. So this year, Sandstorm.
So this is a legit week-long vacation.
Oh,
This
yeah.
isn't
It is.
just a weekend deal. Okay.
Yep.
And I know that sometimes the line to get out could be 8 hours long.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Just share mason jars. You'll be all right.
Exactly. That's the one thing. Like, I'm definitely to do homework. What do you need? What do you not need? Like, toilet paper is a necessity. Waters are a necessity. I did hear that there are certain things that they do sell there. And I want to say
there's usually like a little small general store type of thing. So that
Okay.
if you needed to get stuff.
Okay.
Yes. But other than that, like, what do you barter? Food?
Food.
I know.
I'm sure drugs.
I understand drugs are a big
that's implied
part of the
there.
culture there. Yes, yes.
It is in Nevada.
Showers.
So.
Showers.
Right?
I mean, access to toilet paper or whatever. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. If you've ever been to Burning
Bring a
Man,
bidet.
Yeah, if you have an RV, that's
it's
gold
clutch,
right there.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. But yeah, if you've ever been, 47142, that's the text line. Started off with Real Radio. What do you recommend? What do you think is a must-have for it? Because as of now, we got a whole year to plan this, so we want to make sure.
A bicycle.
Oh yeah, they say everybody bikes around.
Yep.
So it's like Amsterdam.
Yeah, I don't even.
But
I mean,
it's
just like
big.
red light district and all.
Huh.
I don't know I don't know how big, like what the acreage is of Burning Man, but it does look like it's a lot. So yeah, let us know. 47142.
I have that answer.
What is it?
4 square miles.
Okay.
Damn, that's pretty big.
That is.
Yeah.
That is big. But
I thought you were going to go
circle.
full skull 7 years ago. No, 4 square miles. All right.
somebody that we won't see there is Puff Daddy. Have you?
Yes,
He
you
will
know.
not be there. Did you hear of the latest?
Yeah,
over
I was kind of setting aside for the trifecta, but yeah, this is insane.
No, but over 3,000 people, they're saying, have gotten in touch with the attorneys.
So this guy is this is the same attorney that's been handling the Deshaun Watson accusations and everything out of Houston. Tony Busby is his name. And he has secured 120 clients that are officially going to bring civil charges against Diddy. But leading up to that, over 3,200 people came to this attorney. Like, first off, the guy, I guess this is his brand, is going after, sexual offenders in the celebrity realm. And I mean, I was listening to Rover talk about this just a little while ago, right?
I was too.
Right as we were wrapping up our show over at the Gator and coming over here, and he was talking about this guy, and basically that's what his brand is. People now, the joke that Rover made, and I thought it was funny, is like, what is he? Is he got commercials all over the country, like the water issue out of Camp Lejeune.
Oh, okay, different one.
Like, is he playing commercials like the Camp Lejeune commercials all over the place just to solicit for clients? Like, he's got to be to get 3,200 people in the course of a couple months.
I don't know, because I heard Rover from our morning show kind of shocked about the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? And to me, I'm not. Puff Daddy has been. He's been around for a very long time. And I think it's very easy to accumulate that many people. You get this, it's big news. I mean, they just come out of the woodwork. It happens all the time. So I wasn't really shocked by that number. I mean, how long has Puff Daddy been in the industry? Over 30 years, right?
Oh, he's been doing it since the early 90s, if not longer than that.
Exactly.
The other thing...
Worldwide, too.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing that's coming around about this is... Listen, you can look at all the Puff Daddy parties and see the celebrities and all of that have been going to those. Now, did they make it to the freak-offs and all of that afterward? Those are the things that are going to start coming out after that.
Oh, yeah. So many buttholes are so tight right now. Just like they
Have you heard about the egg test?
No.
Okay, so this is another thing that I was reading about, is this egg test that allegedly... Do we have enough time for this? Oh, man. Okay.
You can squeeze in the egg test.
Pardon the pun, because that's exactly what they would make these guys do, is they would put an egg where the sun don't shine. And allegedly, if you were, and this is a hard-boiled egg.
Okay.
If you cracked the
that's tricky.
you were ready. But if you couldn't crack the egg, you weren't ready to receive Diddy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that was Suge Knight that came out and was talking about that. I'm like,
on his podcast that he does from jail on the phone.
Exactly. There are so much, and the baby oil stuff. There's so much weird stuff that is going to continue to come out about this, and obviously there's underage allegations going along.
Sex tapes.
Here. Yes, all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be crazy for a long time.
It is, and the names that may come out. That's what I'm saying. Those people are probably like, oh no, and we'll see when time will tell. But we got a trifecta coming your way, even though we do not have Greek. We got that going on. We got this day in history, and maybe another surprised guest coming into the penthouse. What?
We'll find out in just a few minutes.
A little blast from the past. Yeah, but you got to stay tuned in to Real Radio 92.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to get rid of hotel bathtubs, and I just can't stand for it.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't take your side.
Sealand, you've used a hotel bathtub before. I've seen it. Wait.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu beginning Monday.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu beginning Monday.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Northbound 95 still shut down between Palmetto Park Road and Glades Road due to a crash. Take Military Trail to avoid delays. And there's an accident still has the eastbound lanes of Southern Boulevard shut down, Jog Road to Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. That's why for the past 28 years, StormSmart has over 100,000 Florida product installations. Our innovative storm catcher screens and aluminum shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, StormSmart can protect every opening of your home. At StormSmart, we take pride in living and working in the same communities we serve because smart is going with a proven and trusted solution. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny, and fall is here, and that means shopping season. So if you need extra cash and ready to sell your car, then you got to check out GimmeTheVin.com. Get top dollar for used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com. They're 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau and pay more than their competitors. If they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. It's fast, pressure-free, and they'll even pick up your car for free. Visit GimmeTheVin.com today and get your check on the spot.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Come on out to the Vero Bowl this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football watch party of the season as Miami takes on New England. Great food and drink specials, including $3 Miller Lite drafts during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Vero Bowl Lounge and Lanes, 929 14th Lane in Vero Beach. See you there.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure.
Next in line, please.
So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. With 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
Do you like that gift wrap?
Really ties it all together. Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible. It's happening. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 10/27/24. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 300 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. A mainly clear, warm and humid start to the day with temperatures quickly heating near 90 degrees by lunchtime. Expect a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms into the afternoon. Then partly cloudy and muggy again tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by Thursday morning.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the Hollywood heartthrob and World War II spy, Peter Ortiz. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game.
I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, welcome back into the Penthouse on a Wednesday, a hump day here on the Penthouse. We are going to play 3-Word Wednesday coming up at 11:45 for your chance to score some tickets to go see our Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Whoop, whoop. And of course, make sure you are tuned in all the time because we got keywords coming your way. We call it Red Zone Revenue. We want to give you $1,000. This is Franny. Normally you would have Greek in the captain's chair. He is taking the day off, but we have Dom with us. Hi, Dom.
Hey, Franny.
And if you heard that whoop whoop, didn't sound like Jason, did it?
No.
Surprise! We got another special guest with us, a little blast from the past on Real Radio. This is like, because Jason from Mornings on the Gator, he used to be on Real Radio. So it's like one of those shows like, This Is Your Life, and guests show up. And we do. We have Megan from Mornings on Wild 95.5.
What's up? It feels good to be back on Real Radio. I miss you guys.
Oh, know. It sounds good to have you and feels good too.
Thank you. By the way, we both sound like we've been gargling nails for the past week.
Yes, we figured why pay for sex phone operators when you can have both of us here and tuning in?
Lucky me.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dom, be honest. How turned on are you right now? Is it radio safe?
Oh, man.
I'll go with no.
And if you want to see us too, you could absolutely do that. RealRadio921.com. Click on Real TV. And also, if you follow us on Facebook, we are live on Facebook at Real Radio 921. Easy for me to say. But we do not have G-Man, but we're still going to do a trifecta, and I'm going to do my best at it.
Oh, wait. Are you sure it's not this?
This is Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan.
What a throwback.
Wait.
In on what girls really talk about.
It was such a good podcast.
Now here are your hosts, Franny and Megan.
That's what we should have played in the intro. We should have. They'd be like, "What's happening here?"
Yeah, right. What show am I even listening to?
All right.
From the past. Yes.
Here's the trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
All right, kids, we will start with this. Home field was anything but an advantage in the opening round of the MLB playoffs. The Tigers took down the Astros 3-1 from Houston to gain a 1-0 lead in the American League Wildcard Series. The Orioles suffered a similar fate after dropping Game 1 to the visiting Royals 1-0. By the way, if you are on our Instagram at Real Radio 921, you can get mad at G-Man because I think he said to take the Orioles.
Uh-oh.
The Mets walked into Milwaukee and blasted the Brewers 8-4 to go up 1-0 in their National League Wildcard Series, and the Padres were the only team to win at home, securing a 4-0 victory over the Braves. Boo. I love the Braves. Boo. All four best-of-3 series continue today with elimination on the table for clubs down 1-0. Then next up, we did find out what happened with Pete Rose. Because it really just was one of those all of a sudden thing. He was signing autographs a couple days ago up in Tennessee. But
tragic.
MLB legend Pete Rose died from heart disease. I think a lot of people thought that what was going on, maybe a heart attack. But officials made this announcement yesterday. According to Clark County Office of the Coroner Medical Examiner Nevada, the official cause of death was determined as hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. I hope I didn't butcher that. Say he's also been battling with diabetes mellitus too. So, yes, so very, very sad situation with Pete Rose. And then we have, if you don't, I'm sure, Dom, you remember this story. Remember the Jacksonville Jaguar employee who was stealing a bunch of money from the league and he was betting it on FanDuel?
Yep.
Yes. He stole $22 million. Oh, from God. Yeah, he works in the back office with the Jacksonville Jags. His name is Amit Patel, former Jacksonville Jags employee who was convicted of stealing $22 million from the team, is now suing FanDuel in federal court.
What?
So, his attorney alleges in the lawsuit that FanDuel actively and intentionally and targeted and preyed on him.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, with their incentives and credits and gifts to create, nurture, expedite his addiction, with the only possible outcome that he would ultimately hit rock bottom.
Okay. Just real quick.
Yes.
That would be like me being like, yeah, Victoria's Secret just keeps sending me all these freaking free panties, and now I'm addicted to underwear.
You are right.
Nobody is driving me to Victoria's Secret and making me spend my money, and they do target you in ads and stuff.
That's what they do. They want you, but that's not it, Megan. The ridiculous part is that you're not stealing money so you can pay for it.
So I can go buy more underwear. This is wild.
It is. So this is even more wild, all right? The lawsuit is seeking $250 million from FanDuel.
The nerve of some people,
oh my
right?
God. Yeah, they said right now he's currently serving a 6.5-year prison sentence in South Carolina. So he may need some bail money. And that is your Greeks trifecta, your first one of the show. We got 3 more coming your way. Let's back-to-back this. Let's do a little This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Alrighty, October 2nd, all day long, this day in history. We're going to start 74 years ago today, 1950. The very first Peanuts comic strip featuring Charlie Brown and Snoopy appeared in 9 newspapers under the name. It wasn't always Peanuts.
Really?
It was called Lil Folks. Lil, L-I-L.
I didn't
Lil
know
Wayne,
that.
Lil John. Lil folks.
I don't know.
Is that where Lil Jon got his name from?
I feel like they would be the OG Lil, right? Lil. They're the Lil folks.
Yeah.
Maybe. 65 years ago, 1959, Chevy debuted. I've never heard of this, but the Corvair, a rear-engine compact car. Then we go 65 years ago again, 1959. The Twilight Zone debuted on CBS.
Do, 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 do.
57 years ago, 1967, shockingly, several members of the Grateful Dead, and I say that with sarcasm, were arrested for possession of reefer.
What?
Oh, no.
They don't smoke drugs.
53 years ago, 1971, Soul Train premiered in syndication.
Hey.
Yep. Then we got 43 years ago, 1981, the Police released their fourth album, Ghost in the Machine, that featured Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic.
I love that song.
Another great song, 42 years ago, 1982. Great year, by the way. Jack and Diane. John Cougar Mellencamp hit #1 on the pop singles chart.
Nice.
Yes. Then, man, this makes me feel old. I mean, that did, but I was born that year. This, 1992, 32 years ago, The Mighty Ducks was released, starring Emilio Estevez.
Dang.
Uh-huh. And if you don't remember the plot, he was a lawyer sent to coach a hockey team as his community service. That's how he became the coach. This one, too, 29 years ago. 1995, O.J. Simpson trial jurors stunned the courtroom by reaching a verdict in the 8-month murder trial in less than 4 hours.
Jeez.
They said their decision was kept a secret until the next day, though.
Interesting.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not dive back into that one.
Uh-huh. And then, speaking of his trial, 28 years ago, the year after that, 1996, Mark Furman was given 3 years probation and fined $200 after pleading no contest to perjury for denying at O.J. Simpson's criminal trial that he had used a certain racial slur in the past decade. Then we are going to go, then we're going to go 19 years ago, 2005, comedy legend Nipsey Russell died of cancer at the age of 80. You may remember him as the Tin Man in the movie Wiz, The Wiz.
Oh.
Yep, 19 years ago, 2005, Brad Pitt's divorce from Jennifer Aniston became final,
And that's
leaving him
crazy.
free to pursue Angelina Jolie.
Which is ironic.
You know, he was already pursuing her, hence the divorce.
Right.
I do believe in my heart of hearts. Then we have 19 years ago, 2005, again, the first NFL game outside of the U.S. took place in Mexico City. It was the Arizona Cardinals beating the San Francisco 49ers 31-14. And then finally here, I cannot believe it has been 7 years, 2017, Tom Petty died of an accidental overdose at the age of 66.
Speaking of the heartbreakers.
Right? I know. That sounds... I actually got to see him, and that is this day in history. I actually got to see him 2 months before he passed. He played He played the amphitheater, and when this happened, it was one of those things like, man, like I didn't realize that was going to be the last time, and I'm sure a lot of people felt the same way, that they were going to get to see him. So 47142, that's our text line. Started off with Real Radio. You guys can text us anything. I love this. Like this. Hi, Franny. Hi, Megan. Good to hear your raspy voices.
We do what we can around here.
Yeah.
They're trying.
Yeah, we are.
Love from Caro. Haha, Franny said she couldn't get out her back door. Stephen Boca, earlier, you're right, I couldn't get out.
What?
I have locks that are just a pain in the ass. I have like the passcode locks.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's the last week and this week, I haven't been able to get into my house for like 30 minutes. It's just acting up. And then eventually be like, okay, I'm going to unlock when I want to. And I don't have an actual key to it, which I should have because there is a keyhole to put my key in.
Right.
Is there?
There is.
There should be.
I just don't know where my key is. That's it. And my husband is like, I can't leave work to come and let you inside of the house. So I just sit in my car in the AC until it opens up. And then this morning, it didn't want to unlock to let me out of the house. And it's almost one of those deadbolts from the inside.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend not getting one of those.
Poor little Franny trapped in her own house or outside of it.
Could you imagine if I called out of work though and I can't get out of my house? They'd be like, okay.
Okay, Franny. Nice.
Go out the window.
Right. Honestly, if you're trying to get trapped in your house sometime, that sounds like fun.
I know. I mean, that's all I wanted to do yesterday was be trapped inside of my house.
If I was trapped outside of your house, like you've got a real sick pool and like tiki bar set up. If I ever get trapped out of your house, which I guess since I don't have a key would be all the time, I would just hop your fence, help myself to your pool, pour myself a drink.
Yeah.
You know?
You can actually just open the fence. You don't have to hop it.
Okay, well, good, because
I just gave everybody access.
Watch out.
Well, now we're going to be putting a lock on
Never
that.
mind. I got to put a lock on that thing.
Yep.
So I didn't talk about this yesterday, Dom. I mentioned it on this morning on the Gator with Jason. But Megan and I, we worked a festival in Maryland. And no, it wasn't Ocean's Calling because that one is massively insane.
Right.
This one was in a little city called Bel Air. And I worked it last year. And it's an Italian festival. Good people, good times.
Good food.
Good food. But the Yellow Jackets I did not mention this yesterday. Were absolutely insane. And when I mean insane, I mean, what, thousands?
I would say, Franny, thousands.
Yes.
At one point, it just looked like the bars were beehives and we were all little tiny sacrifices.
It is so true. We had 4 bars set up, big ones. All of our liquor, all the people, everybody's just getting attacked insane because they're attracted by the booze. They want the sweetness of the booze. They want to go in there. They want to get drunk. And they were squeezing themselves inside those little like pour spouts. So the first one who got really stung was this girl to the right of me, was Megan.
Oh, no.
And she's allergic.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I haven't been stung in a really long time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, it hurt, don't get me wrong, but my arm just started like swelling up and it was getting bigger and bigger by the second. And I was trying to ignore it. And finally, I was like on the verge of tears. So they took me to EMS and they're like, okay, we can stab you with an EpiPen, but then legally we have to take you to the hospital. And I'm like, heck no. I was dead set on staying there, bartending the festival. So instead, we just wrapped a bandana around my arm with a bunch of ice. I took a Benadryl. By the way, pro tip, do not take a Benadryl during the day, or 2 for that matter,
It
and
makes
then
you
drink
sleepy.
and then drink an energy drink because I was starting to crash, you guys.
Your body didn't know what to do with itself. It was like, am I tired or do I have energy?
I swear to God, Franny, there's a solid hour and a half that I felt so loopy, I barely remember. All I know is that my arm was throbbing and somehow people got their drinks.
You have like a roller coaster of emotions.
Strong drinks, probably.
I mean, honestly, probably because my arm was like shaking. I'm like, here, just take the bottle.
Yeah. So you were the first one to go. She comes up to me and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And she shows me her arm and it's really swollen, but then she doesn't feel good. And it's just like, it's messing with everybody.
Yeah.
So obviously concerned because we're like, is your throat closing up? Because that can happen when you have it. So I think who else? Me and Marty got stung.
Oh my God, Mark got stung like 5 times or something. It was wild.
One of our other bartenders comes up to us, same thing. He was like, I've been stung so many times. His eyes, his face, everything's swollen. We had another guy, I don't know his name, but he was in charge of these big beer trucks we had. He got stung in the neck and on his hand. And he was like, can I have some ice for my hand? We're like, yeah. So 5 minutes later, somebody comes up to us, says he just swole up and he had to go to the EMTs and hang out for a while. I think he was gone for a long time.
He actually left in an ambulance. We watched him like take off. We were like, oh, poor dude.
So not only are you hearing us out of exhaustion and we sound like this, but multiple bee stings. One of our girl, Virginia, was there. She got stung in the armpit a couple of times.
Gosh.
I mean, it was absolutely insane. And I love the only thing that the people could say, because we were just like, this is absolutely crazy. They're everywhere. And they're like, well, it's this time of the year.
Right. It's like, all right, am I getting hazard pay for this? Like, I feel like we should have. And especially because there was one point where, as you mentioned, like bees are attracted to these sweet, sticky things. So not only do we have booze, but we've got juices and we've got fruit, you know, and we couldn't grab a bottle without grabbing a bee. So I think there was 4 of the bartenders that got stung directly on their hands and then had to continue working.
Ouch.
I've never felt more badass, by the way. I'm like, I am not just a bartender. I'm a freaking warrior.
Yeah, because if you've never been stung by a yellow jacket, that is a burn that, I mean, it's not your normal. Those things hurt so bad. So I found this picture because that's what they were. They were yellow jackets, and it was a description of bees, and I sent it to it. So it says yellow jackets, and it has a description. And it says, "Want your food, and we'll fight you for it. Never leaves you alone." Accurate, right? "We'll sting you just for the heck of it." And then it says, "They're just jerks." And I was like, yeah. I was like, that is exactly what a
and they
yellow
don't
jacket is.
die after they sting you like some bees, right?
Nope.
Because I know that little jerk that got me the first time, he was like stuck between my body and my arm. And so the inside of my right arm has like 4 welts on it. You can still see them. I will post them for you.
It is absolutely crazy. I love this. So 47142 started off with Real Radio. Yay, Franny and Megan. I am the keymaster. Just saying. Okay.
Oh, well.
All right, keymaster.
Could you drop it off?
A couple people are like, did you check the batteries on your lock? We have, hey, just a reminder, those door locks require batteries. I do know that. We've had it for 3 years, so obviously I've had to replace the batteries multiple times. And it does. Thank you, Joe from Vero, because it does on the top. It'll say that the battery is low, and it'll start beeping at me. So when I got locked out last week, we did make sure to check the battery. The battery was just fine. It's just a glitch. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just time for it.
Faulty.
Yes, I do. And it says Franny can't find her key, so she has to use her back door. Sounds like the beginning of a typical Florida story.
Uh-oh.
Did get weird fast.
It did. It does get weird fast.
Yeah.
Did you miss it?
A little bit. That's the one thing I love about this audience is all you have to say is like one even slightly weird thing, and it just takes on a life of its own. You guys are the best.
It really does. 47142 started off with Real Radio. If you are just tuning in, we do not have Greek here. We're going through co-hosts. We had Jason. Now we have Megan, who used to be on with I want to call it the Love Docs. It was
I was a love doctor for like 2 weeks.
You were, and then on call
with Dano and Megan. We had Nutter.
Yes. So and she is still with the company. So if you want to maybe go from Rover to Jason and Franny in the mornings on the Gator to Wild 95.5, you just pick. You can pick them.
Yeah.
She's on Wild 95.5 with Carmine. It's Carmine and Megan on Wild. And I know you guys, because it's that kind of station, are doing a Taylor Swift giveaway.
We are,
yes.
yeah.
And that's a sought-after ticket. You're not going to get those from us, because even though I know you probably want them, even if you don't want to go, you probably want them so you can sell them because they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
She's in the news all the time, and it's always has to do with Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs, or them showing her too much. And he's been getting a lot of crap. People are saying that he's not playing as good this year.
Yeah, I heard that over the weekend. Somebody was like, "It's all Taylor Swift's fault that Travis Kelce's been garbage this season."
Yeah, no, I think he's just too busy. He's now the host of a game show, right? He's in a movie. He's doing podcasts.
He does Grotesquerie on FX.
Yeah. He's got
commercials.
all kinds of commercials. Exactly.
A ton.
I'm not going to put it on Taylor Swift because he was with her last year and played phenomenally, but she hasn't been there. And they're saying that, security concerns, this is why. People are like, well, how come we haven't seen her the past few games? Normally she's there.
Right.
So what they're saying is that she hasn't attended the last 2 games because of security concerns. So at least reports are saying that. They're saying it's playing a significant role in the decision for her to stay home. Of course, she's got a busy schedule, too. She's got her final leg of the Eras Tour coming here to South Florida happening, too. But, I mean, if you've seen some of the things that have happened, I don't know, obviously, what happened in Austria. Not everywhere, but I don't know if maybe some of these stadiums have been getting some kind of threats and stuff, but that's what they're saying. They're like, as of now, we're just trying to keep her away because of security concerns. So when you hear something like that, it makes you go, all right, well, what do they know that we don't know?
Exactly. Yeah, I was really, really surprised, shocked, scared to hear that there was even people out there that were plotting to attack Taylor Swift concerts just to be hateful and evil and destructive. And now this is wild that the poor girl can't even go see her boyfriend play live because they're worried that something could happen, that she could be a target.
Now, my thing is, obviously, I don't think they're targeting Swifties. They just know there's going to be a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
And that's what they were doing. And it was just the outside. I was actually supposed to go to that concert with my sister.
Really?
Glad we didn't go. Well, she had invited me to, well, I want to say invited, because normally when people invite you, they're like, oh, I'll take care of it. But no, she wanted me to go. Tickets were going to be $1,500. And then to fly to Austria was going to be like $2,000.
Ooh.
I was like, I don't like her that much.
You're like, I love you, but not $3,500.
And it was going to be a Thursday to Sunday trip. And it takes, 14 hours to go to Austria. I was like, so basically 2 days of travel. I was like, it doesn't sound great to me. But then I can only imagine going and then having the concert canceled.
Oh, my gosh.
Pissed off I would be. But luckily, thank God nothing happened. They caught those guys. But yeah, if you were hearing and you were wondering, well, why has she not been there? Reports are saying it is just totally out of security reasons. So that's what's going on. But Megan, hopefully, I don't know if you. We'll see what happens. Who's going to hang out with us at the 11 o'clock hour?
Are you sure it wasn't because of the bees?
It might have been. But
honestly, maybe the stadium's been being attacked by Yellow Jackets.
We have PTSD.
Yes. PTSD.
That's the thing. We have PTSD, so you can't.
My arm just started twitching. I think it's swelling up as we speak. Little jerks.
It is that time. Listen, in about, let's call it 6 minutes maybe. You're going to get another keyword from Rover from our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory. We call it Red Zone Revenue, where we want to give you $1,000. You take a keyword. You enter it, realradio921.com. Let's do it. I want to say last time we did this, we had 3 winners here on Real Radio. Let's do it again, people. 3 winners on Real Radio. And then, of course, we have your What the Florida coming your way when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
No one gives a big warm hug like us when you need it. Come on, get in here. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. What?
Real Radio wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green & Finer.
Insurance companies don't make it easy when you've been injured in a car accident. Steinger, Green & Finer, we fight hard so you win. Call us now.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm and Miami.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Northbound 95 still shut down between Palmetto Park Road and Glades Road due to a crash. Take Military Trail to avoid delays. And there's an accident still has the eastbound lanes of Southern Boulevard shut down. Jog Road to Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Norton 360.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Boost your password security with Norton 360. Weak passwords can be targets. That's why Password Manager is included in Norton 360 to help keep you safe. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off at norton.com/secure.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game booths available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer bucket specials during every live game. It's Monroe's and Palm Beach. Monday night, that's where you need to watch football. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open with the beautiful ladies and a 5-star restaurant. Get over to Monroe's today. They make a good night a great night at Monroe's Palm Beach. Peace.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current,
the story of the only two women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The free iHeart Radio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeart Radio app. Free never sounded so good.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. A mainly clear, warm and humid start to the day with temperatures quickly heating near 90 degrees by lunchtime. Expect a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms into the afternoon. Then partly cloudy and muggy again tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by Thursday morning.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, you'll hear my interview with the late, great musicologist and author of Duke, and I'm talking about Terry Teachout. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeart radio station.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword money at realradio921.com. That's money. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yeah, you are listening to The Penthouse, and hopefully you were just listening, I don't know, maybe about 30 seconds ago, because Rover from our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory, well, he gave you a keyword. We want to give you $1,000. We call it Red Zone Revenue. You get that keyword, you enter it, realradio921.com, and we always say, if you get a call, it's a number you don't recognize, maybe it says unknown number, maybe it's a 513 area code, just pick up the phone, because that is your one opportunity for us to be like, hey, you won $1,000.
I know that whenever I see something that says potential spam, I just immediately ignore it.
Yep.
Don't be that person if you text this or if you enter this keyword at Real Radio.
Yes, this is the only time we're telling you to pick up a phone call when it says spam. Other than that, whenever we're not doing these giveaways, $1,000, don't answer the phone.
No.
I don't care. But if you're going to enter, then pick up the phone. This is Franny. Normally we have G-Man here. Greek will be with us back tomorrow, hopefully. We're doing a little musical chairs action right here is what we're doing. You may have heard Megan on our earlier segment, but now we have Jason again. This is my co-host with Jason and Franny in the mornings on the Gator.
Hey, 98.7, the Gator.
I'm joining a lot of shows today.
Yeah.
Different show after different show.
From Jason and Franny show, what you just did Pillow Talk for a half hour, and now we're back to the Jason and Franny show.
Yes,
Overall, it's the Penthouse, and thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
It is the Penthouse, and of course, we have another member of the Penthouse, Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hey there.
And it is that time where we get into some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right, well, we are going to stay local for a couple of these stories. There is a trial date that has been set for the man who was accused of attempting to assassinate our former president, Trump. And this happened at the Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach. Crazy, by the way, that, I mean, they got the guy, they got all the weapons, but that golf course, that whole area was roped off for days, even the roads. My husband works right there by that, and he was just like, it's been 3 days. And he was like, and traffic is still a bitch.
Oh, I'm surprised it's not longer than that.
Really?
I mean, anytime there's something like that happens, it's usually kind of a long process therereafter.
Well, and it seemed like it was, but court documents were entered yesterday stating that Ruth will be subject to a criminal jury trial beginning on November 18th at the Alta Lee Adams Senior Federal Courthouse in Fort Pierce. The date was set by Judge Aileen Cannon, who is a Trump appointee. He faces charges of attempted assassination of a major presidential candidate, assaulting a federal officer for pointing a rifle at a Secret Service agent, along with gun-related charges. Looks like he did plead not guilty to all charges against him. Then next up, in your What the Florida, the mayor of West Palm Beach has fired the city's police chief. This was during a press conference yesterday afternoon. Mayor Keith James announced that Chief Frank Adderley was terminated after the mayor learned that several top commanders within the agency were involved in what they said financial improprieties. An internal investigation is now underway. He also says the leadership of the police department has not aligned with the mission of the agency. Now we're going to get into some of that weirdness that we have here in your What the Florida. We do have somebody who, can't have a What the Florida without a naked dude, right? So a naked Florida man is accused of, this is terrible, of stabbing an 81-year-old man and putting a 7-year-old girl in a chokehold. This happened on Sunday, Hillsborough County, around 4 o'clock. Deputies responded to a call reporting this naked dude jumping a fence of a home. They said the 7-year-old girl was in the backyard playing on the trampoline when this guy decided to put her in a chokehold. The girl's mom witnessed...
Jesus.
Yes, I know. Witnessed this horrific accident, rescued the girl, thank goodness, with the help of neighbors. And I can't even imagine the terror the mother must have felt watching this whole thing go down. But even the Hillsborough County Sheriff's was like, the bravery shown by her and the neighbors who intervened to rescue the girl is heroic, and it is. They said that the suspect did flee on foot, but didn't get very far. They ended up finding him hiding under a covered porch in a backyard. They did arrest him. They said through investigative means, deputies learned that after running away from the first residence, that's when he entered another home and ended up stabbing an 81-year-old dude before they found him underneath his porch. Yes. The elderly victim was transported to the hospital and is being treated for his injuries. He will be okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
It's not often you hear of an 81-year-old surviving a stabbing.
Right? Do you think there's drugs involved in the situation?
Yes, but specifically,
what are we playing?
I think we're playing with meth here.
Meth, yeah. I say meth or bath salts.
That's my other guess
bath
right
salts
there.
have had their day, man.
Is that still a thing?
I think bath salts have come and gone.
Are they gone? Okay, I know because you could buy them at gas stations.
Dom, what do you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't be the one to know about that.
Right.
You're the expert here?
No, I'm not the expert on bath salts.
God, all of our drug experts are not with us anymore. It's so crazy. Imagine that. we would used to ask like Johnny C those questions, right? Yeah, he would know.
Yeah, now people ask me like I should know things. And then we have Hurricane Helene, who we know. Man, even just looking at the pictures in the Carolinas, North Carolina is devastating. It really is. But if you did not see this story, there was a couple Florida cities that did get hit, and 2 men allegedly burglarized a Trump store that was stocked with merchandise promoting our ex-president. According to cops who say one of the alleged looters was still wearing a Trump cowboy hat when they busted him. That's what it always happens. If there's a hurricane or any kind of devastation, looters are going to hit. They think this is their time. The looters are going to loot. Investigators were patrolling a closed-off section over there in Madeira Beach. It's a little city in the Tampa Bay area. Discovered 2 men loitering outside of a closed business plaza whose tenants were not there, obviously, because of the hurricane. But the Trump outlet stocks a variety of Trump banners and hats and fight, fight, fight t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. So when police approached the pair, they were in possession of merchandise that matched the items stolen from the store. So Lance, still wearing the Trump cowboy hat, claimed that he ended up in that possession after it washed up from the hurricane. I didn't steal it.
Mm-hmm. Looks brand new.
It just floated right to me. It washed right up. So, of course, they were arrested. And that is your What the Florida. 47142 started off with Real Radio. That is our text line. We have a couple things here. Let's see. I know Jason, before you left, says, hey, Jason, by chance, do you live in the south part of the county? If so, if you need help with your wife, my services are available. Just ask Nutter. That's for Stephen Boca. Inside joke, Stephen Boca, he's got the hots for Nutter's wife. So I think it's anybody's wife, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he might just, leave it open.
Jason does not live in the south part of the county.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, he's not Boca, so. And I don't think he'd let that happen. Plus, we also have here, hey, Jason. Oh, that's he sent the text message twice. Says, be careful, Jason. The last guy to be on the show with 3 foot of cleavage got fired. What? I don't even know what that means.
What?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, all right.
And then Brett from Melbourne
3
listening.
3 foot of cleavage.
3 foot, that's a lot.
That is impressive.
That is a lot of cleavage.
By the way, have you watched this Chimp Crazy show, speaking of 3 feet of cleavage?
No.
What? Franny, you like Tiger King, right?
I do.
Not to derail from the text messages. We'll get back there in a second.
It's fine.
All right, so everybody was enthralled with Tiger King back in 2020 on Netflix. Well, the same producers of that docuseries.
I think it was the best thing that came out of COVID.
I agree.
It was right at the beginning of COVID, too.
Yeah.
The same producers have created a new docuseries called Chimp Crazy.
But it's on HBO, right?
It's on Max.
Yeah,
yes,
I
it
don't
is.
have it.
And the people in that wild animal or exotic animal universe are actually onto this specific producer. They know who he is and the director and all that. They know who he is. So he actually had to hire a proxy director to fill his role as the producer director of this docuseries. It is insane.
Is it?
It's nuts. I mean, listen, Tiger King wowed the world, right? It's a high bar to set, and this gets right up there. These people, and there's a celebrity chimp involved. Alan Cummings is involved.
So what makes it a celebrity?
PETA. Well, he used to be in movies and all this other stuff. And I don't want to give too much away, but if you have the opportunity to watch Chimp Crazy on Max, it's crazy.
I'm looking right now, and they say that the woman, that she is a former nurse turned into an exotic animal broker.
Correct.
She refers to herself as the Dolly Parton of chimps. Is that why we're talking about 3 feet of cleavage?
That's why I mentioned 3 feet of cleavage.
I was trying to figure out how we were putting those two together.
I guess that would help to get
bring
it full circle. Yeah, she's got giant gazungas, man. Like these things are huge, and her lips are almost as big as her boobs.
You mean on her?
She gets the fillers and all that, and like there's footage of her getting them on during the show. There's footage of her kissing these chimpanzees. All sorts of madness.
I don't know. I don't know if you're selling me on it.
You got it just for the spectacle of it, Franny. It's worth the watch. And I got to tell you, I don't really care for monkeys, chimps, gorillas.
They freak me out.
Not a fan. You know, they rip faces off of people, and
Didn't that happen here in Florida?
They happened in Maryland.
Oh, I thought it was. Here
and
in
they
Florida.
addressed that because that woman was chimp crazy too. Even the woman that owned that chimp, the chimp ripped off her friend's face, right? A year later, she ends up getting another chimp. This docuseries is just maddening. It is entertaining. There is a spectacle, chimp crazy on Max. It's worth the watch.
Yeah, so if you don't remember that incident that you're talking about, it was in 2009. Can you believe it was that long ago?
15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, her name was Charlotte Nash, and she was mauled by Travis the chimp.
Right.
Not even just... I mean, she was clinging to her life. It wasn't just that. He took off, she needed a full face transplant. And that story terrified me. It did. Not just that, but then you always hear that chimps are jerks and they throw poop at you. Like any animal that throws poop at you, they're not cool, right? I just don't.
No. Listen, here's the thing, is they're adorable AF when they're little baby chimps, right?
Fair enough.
But once they start getting bigger, that's when they start becoming powerful and wanting to rip your face off and all of that. And it is insane.
It is. And that Sandra lady, the one who had I believe she's the one who had the chimp, I think. Yeah. If I would have witnessed that, if I would have witnessed a friend going through that, I'm out. I'm devastated. Like, I can't. And then she still got one. So that shows you how much love these people have
But
for
she
these
viewed
animals.
Travis as a child of hers.
did.
And, and Tonka is the celebrity chimp who is basically the main chimp in this docuseries. She claimed that I don't want to get into it anymore because I don't want to spoiler alert for anybody, but it is definitely a very well done docuseries and worth the watch if you have the time.
So the best segue I have for this is I was talking about how chimps throw poop at people. There is a new TikTok trend, and it's called the poop rule. And it has it has nothing to do with, real poop. Has nothing to do with it itself. But yes, they say that this new poop rule is about decluttering.
Okay.
So if you need to declutter and get rid of some crap, and that's what they're talking about, try pretending someone crapped on it. Yes, this is a viral TikTok trend. That's what they say. After a woman with ADHD heard it from a legit therapist. So she had trouble organizing, and they say it's supposed to make it easier for you to let go of stuff that you really don't need.
I'm looking at you, boomers.
The technique is simple. They say pick something up in your hands and pretend that there's feces on it. They're like, really try to visualize the feces on it. Then ask yourself, if there really was poop on this, would I wash it out or would I throw it away? Is it worth washing this?
9 times out of 10, you're going to toss it.
Right?
Right.
So that's what they're saying. Like, if you look at it and you have to, and I know this is one of those things that's easier said than done, especially people who are hoarders have a really hard time of giving up anything in their life. But they say if something that you would wash, then you would keep it, right? If it's something you wouldn't, then you would throw it out or donate it, whatever, because it really isn't covered in poop. So they said there's a grosser version of this. I'm not going to get into that. But I was like, it sounds ridiculous, but I don't hate it that much.
I don't hate it at all.
I don't hate it that much.
Franny, your mother recently moved within the past year or so,
She
correct? Prior to that move, did she have a lot of crap?
So her house was not cluttered, but her garage was insane.
Okay.
She had shelves and she had to buy shelves to put stuff on there. She had 4 industrial-sized refrigerators.
Whoa.
I mean, absolutely. She couldn't fit a vehicle in there, and but in all fairness, she had a cake business at one point. She makes her own beer. She made her own wine. She makes her own cheese. So she was hanging her stuff in those fridge, like her meats. She would cure her own meats and stuff.
Okay.
So she always had these stuff for her little projects that she had, but then it would just collect. You go inside of her house.
Spotless.
Spick and span,
Sure.
spotless. Yeah.
Sure.
But that garage was a mess. And so when she moved, all that stuff she got rid of.
Got it. So that's a trend that I'm seeing. It's not. I shouldn't calling it a trend. It's from my own personal experiences. I've visualized the same thing.
Do you have hoarders in your life?
So my in-laws, they're all boomers, and much respect to them. They're the best in-laws. I never get in arguments with these people. They're fantastic. They moved, and they were living in Ohio, and they decided to come down to Florida. This is pre-COVID, all of that other stuff. They wanted to retire in Florida, as people do.
Of course.
So,
great place to retire.
I go and I see all of the stuff that they have held on to for all the years.
Even through moves?
That's what was the catalyst. So they had been at the same house for 40 plus years in Ohio. And when they decided to move, they're like, all right, we got to do something about it. And finally, they got rid of all of that stuff they've been holding on to for decades, right? And even after the move, once they cleared all that stuff out and they got to their new spot, they still had a bunch of crap.
It just wasn't as much crap.
It's a stark contrast from what they had before. But I'm like, I'll make a comment every once in a while. I was like, hey, man, what is this over here? Do you really need this mountain of 20 plus candles?
Yeah.
A couple candles here, they're fine. But do you need a stockpile of camo or of candles?
I mean, they eventually do run out. So
I understand the stockpile of ammunition in the other room. I get that, but the candles,
better than baby lotion.
That is a fair point, Dom. Thank you for bringing that up.
Very true. But have you ever had a hoarder in your life, Dom?
No.
It is somewhat of a, and I don't want to say with everybody, but a mental illness with some people who do that and can't get rid of stuff. But I will tell you, some people will take crap, and that's what it is. So when we were doing a garage sale when my mom moved to Puerto Rico, and she downsized big time. I mean, she was on a couple acres of land, had all this stuff. She moved into a condo and has no garage that she can store all that stuff into, which is great. But we had the garage sale, and she had some really big, nice pieces, and she had a tractor she was selling, like things that were worth stuff. But then she also had, as I mentioned, a bunch of just crap, garbage, old books and CDs and DVDs, and even I think she still was holding on to some VHS tapes. Who has a VCR these days? But people, they buy it. They want it. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
They're buying it?
They're like for 50 cents.
Oh, okay. So these auctions and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it was
you can buy the bin for whatever.
It was a garage sale, yeah.
Okay.
But we would have a whole bin of crap, and they were like, "We'll sell the whole bin for $1," and they were like, "I'll take it."
Wow.
I'm like, "What are you going to do with this stuff?"
Well, speaking on the VHS thing, I know that some of the hipsters, especially
Pete Davidson, isn't he collecting VHS?
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine in Cleveland who's just a straight up hipster, and we called him 80s Dave or Members Only Dave because he literally wears nothing but Members Only jackets, has a mullet and a mustache, and is stuck in 1986.
I love it. I love that look.
And he's only 26. That's the problem. Yeah, he wasn't alive in 86. So this is his thing. But he's a total hipster, and he collects all this old style media like VHS, like tapes, like all this old vintage clothing, and that's his thing. And there's a whole community of it, or a whole community of people that do that, and he makes money selling this stuff. I was like, huh?
I feel like it's a younger generation.
Yeah.
Like the Gen Zers, they do. I mean, a lot of time we always hear what's old is new. And they bring back the styles.
Jinkos.
Yeah,
They're coming back, man.
they bring back the styles. They bring back the haircuts.
Yep.
To me, it's almost that silly. What is it? Is it the llama? What is
the llama haircut we were talking about the other day on the Gator? Yeah, absolutely.
The llama haircut that these kids are trying to do. It's basically like just a very fluffy mullet, is
That's
what
it.
it is.
Yeah.
Because it's fluffy on the top, but they still got the long hair. But we look at them going, I would never pull it off again, but that's stuff that we used to wear and should have kept all my stuff.
Franny, this is the same stuff. This is the same sentiment that people were saying to us 25 years ago.
Oh yeah,
they were saying it to us then, and now we're saying it to them, to the younger generation now. It's all cyclical.
It is. So,
and I am waiting for Jinkos to come back because I got a stash in my attic that is not going away.
I'm telling you, just do it. I wear the big jeans these days.
You're a woman, and you can pull it off.
Vintage T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. All that stuff is in style. So our girl Stacy, you're so welcome. She said thanks for the Thomas Rhett tickets because she was our winner for our Instagram Tuesday. We call it Just the Tip. That is our Tuesday Instagram post. So congrats, Stacy. But she did want to let you know. She said, yeah, Chimp Crazy is bonkers.
It's nuts, right?
Yeah, so I've not watched it yet. Maybe I will one day if somebody gives me their password to watch Max because I don't have it. But speaking of giveaways, we do
You can text that to Franny. Your account name and password.
Right?
I don't know it. I give you mine, but my wife is in control of all that stuff.
I'm talking to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I think like most with Netflix, and Apple is doing it too because they are cracking down that you can give at least one more person, right? I think one more person can have your password.
Right.
I know with Disney Plus for sure. But yeah, speaking of giveaways, Stacey, you're so welcome. We do have another one today, but this one is going to be a call-in. You got to wait for a cue to call. So it's going to be about 20 minutes. We'll call it 11:45. And this is a good one. We got a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Florida Panthers take on the Boston Bruins. Now, this is happening October 8th. This is next Tuesday, and this is their home opener. Is that not insane?
Can I stop down for a second and just go on a diatribe about this?
Okay.
This is a big game. This is where they're going to be dropping the banner in the stadium or in the arena. This is the last time the Panthers will have the Stanley Cup in their possession. After that, this is
take it away, huh?
They take it away because it goes off. It's on to the next season.
Yeah.
So this is it. I'm going to be at that game. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see that pennant drop in the middle of that arena. It's going to be exciting.
Big moment.
Go Panthers. By the way, your new official FM home for Florida Panthers hockey, not just on 101.7 on the Treasure Coast, but also here, Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches. Go Cats.
Nice. So this is a big giveaway. It's not 2 tickets. We're giving you a 4-pack of tickets. So make sure you are tuned in around 11:45. And we are going to be playing 3-Word Wednesday. Now, when we get back, we got another trifecta coming your way. And, of course, that prize giveaway on Real Radio 92.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to get rid of hotel bathtubs, and I just can't stand for it.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't take your side.
Sealand, you've used a hotel bathtub before. I've seen it. Wait.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise! Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu, beginning Monday.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu beginning Monday.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Northbound 95 still shut down between Palmetto Park Road and Glades Road due to a crash. Take Military Trail to avoid delays. And there's an accident still has the eastbound lanes of Southern Boulevard shut down, Jog Road to Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current, the story of the only 2 women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
Hey, it's the Greek, and football's back. Watch parties, tailgate parties, people come over to the house to watch the game. Well, Tito's Vodka needs to be your quarterback. From the sidelines to the goal line, Tito's Vodka has you covered. This football season, make sure you have plenty of Tito's, and Tito's is on your roster. Pick up a bottle today and enjoy football season, baby. Go Tito's. And even if your team's losing, you're a winner because you got Tito's handmade vodka on your team. Peace.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets Storm Smart. Since 1996, Storm Smart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty, because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Welcome to Homestead Miami, your home for the racing high life. A track as vibrant and colorful as South Florida. An Xfinity and Craftsman Truck Series playoffs doubleheader on Saturday. A Cup Series playoffs showdown on Sunday. And it's all caliente.
Side by side for the race lead.
NASCAR playoffs weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Hell of a job, guys.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure.
Next in line, please.
So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. With 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
Do you like that gift wrap?
Really ties it all together. Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 10/27/24. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 300 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max, use for adults only.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Check your local listing to watch Judy Justice. Out now.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. The New York Liberty topped the Las Vegas Aces 88-84 Tuesday night at the Barclays Center to take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series. Sabrina Ionescu dropped 11 of her 24 points in the fourth quarter and finished with 9 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field. Brianna Stewart flirted with the triple-double, putting up 15 points, 8 assists, and 7 boards. The series heads to Vegas for Game 3 Friday. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X business card from Capital One, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/VentureXBusiness.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles.
Together, you say goodbye, and I say hello.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio, free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored to you by Pillar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. Can it be now? You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Voice sounded familiar.
Was that from last week?
Is that from Monday?
That was from Monday.
You son of a bitch, Dom. You son of a bitch.
Didn't sound that bad.
Play it
Hey.
again. What?
Who can it be now?
Hey, at least I was in tune.
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't sound that bad.
Who can it be now?
Yeah. It's a great song.
It is a good song. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back into the Penthouse.
Try to sass me, Dom.
On Real Radio 92.1. He's getting good. He's definitely becoming part of the family. What is going on? Thank you for tuning on to Real Radio. Good morning to you. This is Franny. Greek is taking the day off, but we have Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hey there.
And we normally have a Greek trifecta, but thank goodness we have Jason from Mornings on the Gator, Jason and Franny in the morning, to do a Jason's trifecta.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'll give it a go. Why not?
Thrilled about it. Yeah, fine.
This will not be a necessary. Well, so wait, 3 things, right? That's what we got to do here, right?
That's what a trifecta. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do 4. Diddy, this guy is a creep. We've heard about the thousands.
Allegedly.
He's an alleged creep.
Yes.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. We've heard of the
course.
thousands of bottles of baby oil that he apparently did not get from Costco.
No, because Costco came back and we're like, we do not sell baby oil, so don't put that on us.
Now, the Houston-based attorney, Tony Busby, held a press conference yesterday saying, yeah, I am representing 120 people that are going to be bringing civil charges against Diddy, including people 9 years of age, so now it's getting extra creepy.
So
terrible. He said that was that's just the basis of it. He's 120 people that we're bringing charges with, and he's answered over 3,200 calls. Now, Franny, you gave great perspective. He's been throwing these parties for decades.
Long time.
You know, at first I'm like 3,200 people coming forward. That's a lot of people. But when you give perspective of the amount of time that's gone by and how many parties he's thrown, maybe that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yep.
And mentioning the tip of anything in this context is probably not the best thing to do.
Think about how many people would be at those parties, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you've seen pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio at these parties. But look, just because you're
It's a who's who. It
exactly,
really is.
just because you have a picture with Diddy does not mean you're guilty of anything. That said, did you hear about the weird stuff about Ashton Kutcher?
No.
And like they're preemptively putting stuff out there. I was hearing Rover talk about this morning for a brief second, and apparently his camp is putting out. You know, he's trying to get. You can tell that they're trying to get in front of something.
Okay.
So I want to investigate a little further on that. The other thing that was kind of timely in the past 24 hours, the vice presidential debate. I only watched a little bit of it. Didn't really pay attention to it while watching it. But the one thing that I had to take away from at the very end was the civility that the 2 vice presidential candidates showed to each other. You know, at the end of the debate, they walked up to each other, shook hands, brought their wives on board, had a civil conversation. And to me, that brings a little bit of it shows glimmers of hope in this what's going to be a very, very heated election. We're it's November 6th or 7th is the election. So we're just a little over a month away from that ending. Cannot wait for the political ads to stop. And Franny,
we're just getting started.
I know.
Yeah.
Franny, have you guys talked about this at all? The massive dock workers strike that's happening?
Yeah, we have.
They're wanting higher wages, and there are of course the people that are opposing the dock workers strike are saying, "Oh, you already make great money as it is," because that's what happens every time these people go on strike. But they want more money because they know their value. They know how much they bring to this. With this strike, it's running the entire Eastern Seaboard, and basically has the potential of causing the economy to take billions of dollars worth of a hit every single day.
Yep.
Look, this is key to keeping commerce running back and forth in our states. And
gas will go up.
That's set by OPEC and all that other stuff. But yes, gas will go up. These guys, they just want what they feel they deserve. I understand that. The terms that we were used to hearing when that ship got stuck in the Suez Canal, you remember that a couple of years ago, supply chain issues. That's going to be a real issue because of this dock workers strike. I hope they come to a resolve very quickly. And the fourth thing in your Greek trifecta, Real Radio 92.1 is your official FM home for Florida Panthers hockey, as is Real Radio 101.7 on the Treasure Coast. You can catch every single Panthers game of your Stanley Cup champion Panthers right here on Real Radio. And I think we're going to give you tickets to the home opener coming up on October 8th here in just a couple minutes.
Yep, give us 5 minutes. We'll give you that cue to call. Do not try to sneak in beforehand because we're waiting until that cue to call is going to happen around 11:45. Now, you have so many ways you can get in touch with us, 47142. Started off with Real Radio. You can call us, 877-927-6969. And if you want to look at our pretty faces, you can do so. That's Real TV, realradio921.com. Click on Real TV. And also, we do that on Facebook Live at Real Radio 921. And that is brought to you by our buddy, Jason Weiser, attorney at law. Now, I think we've all worked in office settings before. This is even an office setting.
Technically,
too.
yeah. I mean,
Yes,
it's unique
there
because we
is.
have studios, but
And but there's still, we have business side
Hey,
office.
look,
we
there's a
have
copy
sales.
machine right there. This is an office.
Exactly. We got cubicles even here on the what we call the programming side where all the radios are, the radio stations. But I know, and none of us are this. And I'm talking about being slackers, right? I mean, none of us are slackers at work.
We have nothing but a huge, hardworking group of people here.
But you have, I'm sure, worked with some slackers before.
Where's Greek at?
Oh, damn! Shots across the bow from Dom. I love it.
Fired, and he can't even stand up for himself.
Great.
I'm just kidding. But no. So this was funny. I saw this. And if you were like, you know what, I'm a self-proclaimed workplace slacker, and I don't care. But I could use some tips to look like I'm not slacking. And they always say, like, always look busy, right? Even if you're not doing anything, walk around.
That's what I'm doing right now, Franny.
Walk around with a clipboard and a piece of paper and a pen. And
Who uses a clipboard?
I don't know, but that's what they used to say.
Okay.
Back in the day, they did. Now you just put everything in your phone. And I always feel when we go to meetings or something, I take notes in my phone. I take all my notes in my phone. I don't utilize a pen and paper that often.
I'm old school. Notepad all the way.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's few things like I have the Notes app, but those are things for me to remember, like, let's see here, off-air monitors, codes that get into certain offices or what access points, weird inside radio stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I utilize, if you go through, I need to go through this and just delete a bunch, but I take all my notes on my phone. And I always feel like I have to say before a meeting starts, I'm taking notes because it looks like you're rude. Like you're just on your phone texting the whole time. But this was from The Guardian. It was funny. They said this new term for the workplace slacker, they call it faux productivity. Instead of productivity, right? And it's happening more and more.
I'm looking at you, Mo. Mo and Sally and Cool 105.5.
It is workers are finding ways around the constant electronic monitoring from their workplace overlords. So they have caught into the game. So they've devised ways of filling their day with hundreds of meaningless surface level tasks just so they look busy. So their boss can't tell the difference between them looking busy and being busy as they're actually avoiding their job, their actual job. So workers guilty of this productivity defend the practice, saying it would be helpful if these helicopter bosses would focus more on results than micromanaging.
And that's what I really like about the team here at iHeart West Palm Beach. Whether it's our market president or our douchey ass operations manager.
That guy's such a douche.
He's such a douche, but he doesn't micromanage for the most part. He tries to.
I kid. He's a nice guy. He's a cool guy.
He's nice.
I'm
a douche, but they don't jump down your throat. Look, they know that they've hired great people to do the jobs that they need to do and trust them to do that, and they're there to help, not hurt. So we're lucky. iHeart operates that way, at least in this area. But trust me, I have plenty of people that tell me that they don't operate like that. They're constantly being micromanaged. I know people that work from home that have a specific device just for their mouse. They put their mouse on it just to keep it moving because they know that the company is tracking the movement on their computer.
Who was it? Was it Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
It was Wells
That's one of
Fargo
them.
a few months ago, but they busted a bunch of people and they fired a lot of their employees because they realized that they were utilizing this software to look like they were working when in fact they weren't.
Right.
But so I bring that up, the whole photoactivity, because I did see that office workers could soon be filmed all day at their desks. I don't know if this is real or not, but new software is being developed to continuously monitor workers at their computers.
Huh.
Interesting. They say it's to help improve cybersecurity and be sure only authorized worker have access to it as well. But it's the potential of the track the user's emotions in real time, they say, is this controversial new feature of AI, which is going to send out alerts if someone appears tired at work. But it's not going to tell the boss, like, hey, so-and-so's sleeping.
Right.
But it'll also tell you to take a break, too. Because burnout is very real.
It's a legit thing.
But this is going to be some kind of software. There's I'm not even going to try to say the name of this company, but they are currently in the beginning stages of it, but they want to carry out this technology to customers who not only may have this rapidly evolving cybersecurity threats to them, but also be able to even helicopter manage your employees even more.
I wonder
watching you on your, it's watching you.
I wonder if there's going to be privacy issues with this. There's going to be a whole slew of lawsuits that come out if should this be enacted. Because you think about it, whether you're on somebody else's time or you're in somebody else's facility, you still have rights to certain privacies.
Oh, 100%.
So anxious to see how that plays out.
I would assume that they are going to have you sign something before they do
a waiver of sorts.
I would say so. Well, it is 11:45, y'all. That means it is time for you to call us 877-927-6969. We are opening up those phone lines so you can go see the home opener. This is the Florida Panthers taking on the Boston Bruins. A 4-pack of tickets to see our very own Stanley Cup champions. That is Tuesday, October 8th, Amerant Bank Arena. If you want to go, 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. And we are going to be playing 3-Word Wednesday. Basically, it's a word puzzle. I'm going to give you 3 words. And they're linked by a 4th word that appears either before or after each of the 3 words. I'll give you an example, and let's see, Jason, if you can get it. I'm going to do one we've already used. So this is how the game works if you're new to the program. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 words.
Okay.
We have loser, throat, spot.
Okay, and what am I supposed to do with these 3 words?
You got to figure out how they're connected. They are linked by a 4th word that appears either before or after each one of these 3 words. So loser,
throat, and spot.
What word could you put in before or after that would link those words?
You.
You loser, you throat. That's all it works. All right, so the actual answer would be sore. Sore loser.
Okay.
Sore throat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really not good at these type of things.
It's all right. Well,
but the people on hold, I'm sure, will be a lot better.
You don't have to be good, but whoever's online, you have to be good. And who do we have up, Dom?
We have Marty up first.
Ooh, Marty. Hey, Marty.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Oh, nervous and excited.
Me too.
I know. I think we all are. So, Marty, you know how the game works?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 words. You just got to tell me what word links the words together. Think about it. It's either going to be appear before or after each one of these words. If you get it right, you will be on your way to go see the Florida Panthers. Are you a huge fan of the Florida Panthers?
I cried for the first time at a sports event when they won the cup.
Me too, bro.
You guys
wasn't it
are
amazing?
best friends now.
Like, I'm tearing up. I'm like, this is a sporting event. I'm listening to another man call the win here. And my eyes are welling up, man. What the hell? Yeah. Go Cats.
My girl looks at me. Are you crying? Like, I think I am.
They finally realize we have some semblance of emotion, right, Marty?
Bingo.
It's just not the emotion they want.
Hey, don't tell them. Don't tell them.
All right, Marty, let's get this done. I'm going to give you 3 words. You just tell me which ones. And, Jason, I'm going to need you to do me a solid.
Okay.
We got to do 10 seconds on the clock.
Okay, I can do that.
Oh.
All right, Marty. 1 and done, hopefully. Let's make this happen. Okay. Your 3 words are hound, pressure, and shot. Hound, pressure, and shot. Let's start the clock.
Go.
Blood, baby. blood.
That's it. One and done.
Damn. You got that in 3 seconds,
You got
man.
it
Good
so
job.
quick. Congratulations, Marty. Just
Favorite number. Love you guys.
thank you, Marty. Love you. Hang on tight because Dom has to get all of your information. And go Cats, right?
Yes.
Go Cats.
Man, you're going to be there to watch the induction happen, man. That's going to be awesome. It's the last time you're going to see the cup, dude. Congratulations, Marty.
Oh, man.
At least until next year when we win it again, right?
That's right. That's right.
Congratulations. And for everybody else that was on hold, I'm sorry that Marty is that good. But if you want to get tickets to the Florida Panthers, let me see. Do we have another opportunity? RealRadio921.com?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. RealRadio921.com/contest. If there is not an opportunity up there, we will get one up there very shortly.
Yeah, we should. So if you are like, damn it, I really wanted to win something, well, make sure that you're tuned in tomorrow because we have a pair of tickets to go see Thomas Rhett.
What? You gotta hydrate, Franny.
There's only so much talking I can do before I lose it. But I did want to get
Thomas Rhett got you all choked up. Did he really get you? He's a sweetheart of a man. He can't open his own beer though. Did you know that?
What do you mean?
So my wife and I were working for a country festival in Orlando. It's called Country Thunder now, but it used to be called Runaway Country.
Okay.
And we were the hosts. We were the MCs of it. We brought these guys on and off stage. Thomas Rhett had gone on, performed, and Kenny Chesney was the headliner that night. So we're backstage watching Kenny Chesney. Here comes Thomas Rhett. Has a craft beer in his hands, got a nice, lovely Cigar City High Life IPA. And I'm like, man, he's got great taste in beer.
Good stuff, yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm like, and he's just standing there with it. And I see him standing there with it, not open for like 10 minutes. And him and a couple of buddies
You're
of
like,
his.
dude, that's getting warm. What are you doing?
And I'm like, what's going on here, man? Like,
IPAs are better served cold.
it's Kenny Chesney, man. We gotta enjoy our beer here, right? And so I turned to Tom, presumptive of me to call him Tom.
Yeah.
I turned to Mr. Thomas Rhett and I said, do you need help opening your beer? And he's like, yeah, man, I can't find a bottle opener anywhere. And I'm like, give it here. I reach into my pocket. I grab my car key and I popped it open for him and his friends. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. That's so awesome of you. Cheers. So I hung out with Thomas Rhett after that.
I know, but
I'm thinking,
you make it seem like people, not everybody knows that trick of the trade.
I'm thinking to myself, Franny, this is a country boy.
Yeah.
He gonna be able to open his own damn beer. So he lost a little bit of street cred with me that day that I had to open his beer for him.
I've never seen it done with a key. Lighter all the way.
Lighter, key, you give me any.
I've even seen somebody, and I do not.
I can do it with a remote.
I don't recommend this. I don't. But I've even seen people do it with their teeth.
I've seen that.
Yeah, we'll never do that.
No.
I would never do that.
You
That's
don't
horrible.
want to chip a tooth. But,
well, you'll slice your lip open. There's all sorts of things that
but
can go
I've
wrong
seen it
there.
right on the molars, right? Like on the side.
Now that's a country boy.
I've seen someone do the hole for the shotgun in a beer with their teeth, too.
What?
Yes.
What does he have, vampire teeth?
You got to be able to get that canine into the base of it. But I mean, yeah.
I know. My canine's not that sharp.
When's the last time you shotgunned a beer, by the way?
Probably last year.
Okay.
Football
I was
season.
going to say, we're getting a little too old for that, Franny.
Are we?
Yeah.
Never too old.
I haven't shotgunned a beer in like 5 years at least.
Never too old. They actually have like a little tool now made for shotgunning beer where you don't have to put your lips on the can itself. To me, not the same.
Not at all.
It's not the same. But I feel like shotgunning beer goes hand in hand with tailgating.
Yes.
So I feel like you're lying to yourself, Jason, because you tailgate quite often if you and your bros do not shotgun beers.
We don't.
Really?
No. I mean, we more shots than anything, but no, we don't really go crazy with shotgun and beers.
Right. Well,
Bernie,
it's just my crew.
When was your last funnel?
Oh, boy.
Last year.
Really? All right.
We have a funnel. We have a 2-person funnel. So you know which one I'm talking about, right? Where you can race each other on one side. And so, listen, it was my in-laws that brought that to my world. My in-laws. And then after the fact that we had one with them, and we're like, all right, we need to get our own. So now every family member has funnels for when we go tailgating. And yes, we are in our 40s, 50s, and 60s, and I don't care.
That's all right.
We got somebody on the line?
We do. We have Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Penthouse, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Very well. I just wanted to comment about shotgunning beers. I shotgun my babanya every day.
Now, see, from what I've heard, isn't shotgunning when it comes to weed like you're blowing it into somebody else's mouth?
Yes.
Oh, so is that like something that you and your wife do?
Absolutely.
All right.
There you go.
It's cute. Keeping it with the couples. I like it.
And then the other thing was, I hear Dom's voice and I get a headache. I hate him so much.
Thanks, Chris.
I like to punch him in the back of the throat.
Oh, man, you got to go for the front of the throat with Dom. Come on, man.
Yeah, karate chop to the front.
Well, no, you got to karate chop through the front to get to the back.
Okay. All right, you're like Chuck Norris here. Got it.
I love you guys, man.
Love you, Chris. Thank you for making your daily phone call to tell Dom he sucks.
Absolutely.
All right, take care. Hopefully you didn't take G's advice on the Orioles.
Is that his mission now, is to make a daily call just to inform Dom just how much he sucks?
Just how much he sucks.
Good job, Chris.
I like it, though, because he's getting into more details of why he sucks. The first time it just was telling him he sucks, and now he's giving us reasons to why he sucks. But it's love that we have here on Real Radio. And this will probably be the last week that we're going to be talking about it. But if you are, just be like, I was on vacation. What the hell's going on? I do get text messages on the daily. Dom is our new producer of the Penthouse. We have so much love for Jimmy, but he is on a new endeavor in life. And he's still with the company. He's still doing some things.
Doing a kick-ass job for the company, just in a different capacity.
Yes,
that's all.
He absolutely is. But we do have Dom. Greek has a day off. We have Jason filling in from Mornings on the Gator. Franny and Jason Jason and Franny in the morning. Oh my God, I just put my name in front of yours.
Oops. I don't care.
Look at that. It was
Hey,
like
whatever. Just as long as they're listening.
Slip.
When you're if Rover goes to break, you're listening to Real Radio. Rover goes to break. Come on over to 98.7 The Gator. Check us out. Rock out with us. We have fun and we play. We do the dick and fart jokes too.
Yeah, I confused them with even throwing in Megan when Megan was on from Wild 95.5 Mornings with Carmen and Megan. I was like, you have 3 shows you can choose from. I mean, I prefer that you listen to Jason and Franny in the mornings. But speaking of Rover, I don't know, we'll call it 5 to 7 minutes. He will give you another keyword, maybe a little longer, but make sure you're tuned in because right in the beginning of the 12 o'clock hour, you're going to hear him. He's going to give you a keyword because we have here on Real Radio 13 opportunities a day for you to win $1,000. We call it red zone revenue. You're going to hear that keyword come from Rover, from Rover's Morning Glory. You take that keyword, you enter it at realradio921.com. We make it super easy. There's a pop-up right there. Just fill out all that information. And just like that, you are in the running for that 12 o'clock keyword, red zone revenue. Now we will be back with some fun facts and so much more on the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Northbound 95 still shut down between Palmetto Park Road and Glades Road due to a crash. Take Military Trail to avoid delays. And there's an accident still has the eastbound lanes of Southern Boulevard shut down. Jog Road to Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250 keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
October's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. One way to help protect yourself is updating your passwords. Using the same one from multiple accounts can make you vulnerable to cyber criminals. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. Start a 30-day free trial at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game booths available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer bucket specials during every live game. It's Monroe's and Palm Beach. Monday night, that's where you need to watch football. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open with the beautiful ladies and a 5-star restaurant. Get over to Monroe's today. They make a good night a great night at Monroe's Palm Beach. Peace.
Come on out to the Vero Bowl this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football watch party of the season as Miami takes on New England. Great food and drink specials, including $3 Miller Lite drafts during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Vero Bowl Lounge and Lanes, 929 14th Lane in Vero Beach. See you there.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? Hi, this is Dr. Adam Zuckerman with Coastal Weight Loss Secret, and I know the secret. Our unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no injections, no drugs or surgery, call my office now at 561 561-464-3110 to schedule your free consultation.
Hayes Greek for Coastal Weight Loss Secret. If you're losing energy or you need to lose weight, you got to call these guys today at 561-464-3110. 561-464-3110. They will put you back in the starting lineup. 561-464-3110.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 561-464-3110. That's 561-464-3110 or online at coastalweightlossecret.com.
Results may vary.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Greek, tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We'll start to see some shower and storm development around mid-afternoon. That's also when we'll start to see those temperatures tick down just slightly. Highs today are going to be in the upper 80s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Overall, we will see that rain chance ramp up as we head into this weekend.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Rail Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
The films, the stars, the milestones, the awards. Here's Big Sue with the Week in Hollywood History.
October 1st, 1968.
The original horror classic Night of the Living Dead premieres in Pittsburgh. Also noted for its multiracial cast, it grossed roughly 250 times its $100,000 budget and is now recognized as one of the most influential films of its genre.
October 2nd, 1946.
With a budget of roughly $300 per episode, Faraway Hill, network television's first soap opera, begins its 2.5-month run on the now defunct Dumont network.
October 3rd, 1941.
The Maltese Falcon is released, starring Humphrey Bogart and Mary Astor. A box office hit, it's now considered one of the best films ever made and is often cited as the first major example of the film noir style.
October 4th, 2019.
Actress and singer Diane Carroll passes away at age 84. Born Carol Diane Johnson in the Bronx, her 50-plus year career included playing Dominique Devereaux on 80s soap Dynasty and was the first black woman to star in a modern TV series. The late 60s sitcom Julia.
October 6th, 1927.
Hollywood makes a giant leap away from silent movies with the release of The Jazz Singer, the first film with a fully synchronized soundtrack including dialogue and musical numbers.
And that's the Week in Hollywood History on iHeartRadio.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at realradio921.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Welcome back into The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1.
Man, I could out you right now, Franny.
Don't you dare do it. 92.1, 101.7, because I've been told I'm not allowed to have this certain item because I lose them all often. 92.1, 101.7, or of course, anywhere around the world on that absolutely free iHeartRadio app. Make sure you download if you haven't yet, because you can create your own stations. You can listen to your favorite stations like this one, Real Radio 92.1. This is Franny. Good afternoon to you. Greek is taking a day off. Hopefully we'll have him in the PH tomorrow, but we do have Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hey there.
And we do have Jason sitting in for G-Man. If you're just tuning in, you're like, well, who the hell is Jason? Jason was part of the Real Radio family, and now he is part of the Gator family. Mornings on the Gator with Jason and Franny from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Make sure you try to tune in because I think we do a pretty good job.
Listen, I know you're a fan of Rover's Morning Glory. I am as well, so whenever they go to break, if you feel inclined,
yes,
come on over to 98.7, see what Franny and I have going on. We have a good time. We rock out. We make each other laugh sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
More times than not. I know the hell out of her.
Jason.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Just like Greek.
Yeah, exactly. And then go back over to Rover's Morning Glory.
There you go. And, of course, you can be a part of the show. 877-927-6969 is that toll-free number. I'm going to get into some fun facts, and then we're going to talk to one of our buddies.
It's Franny's Fun Facts.
All right, well, I like to base my fun facts around whatever the holiday is, which there's so many silly, stupid holidays. I don't know who create these things. But today is October 2nd. It is Guardian Angel Day. It's also National Coffee with a Cop Day, National Custodian Day, National Kale Day. What?
Have you ever had coffee with a cop before,
I have
Franny?
not.
Would you like to get some offers this year we could celebrate?
We can, yeah. Our girl, Deb Knapp, makes fresh coffee.
There you go. We got the email. Fresh coffee ready to go.
Fresh coffee ready to go. And it is World Farm Animals Day, and I have some interesting facts about farm animals. Maybe, I'm hoping, you've never heard, because I like to give you some new things, drop some knowledge on you, like this. Did you know cows have best friends?
Really?
Yeah, they do.
They're not human.
No, they're not.
Are they cowsties? What are they?
Yeah, they say studies show that cows...
See what you did there, Dom.
Yeah.
Cowsties.
Studies show that cows form close bonds with certain other cows and become stressed when they're separated from them. I know, doesn't that suck?
Aww.
Also, talking about some cows have 360-degree vision. Due to the placement of their eyes, cows can see almost everything around them without moving their heads.
I guess, yeah, because it's more on the side of their cranium than up front like ours, so they can see all. Wow. I've never been jealous of a cow until now.
See, I'm telling you, dropping knowledge. Chickens can recognize faces. Chickens have great memories and can recognize up to 100 different human faces.
That's why you should never mess with a crow or a raven, by the way, because they got photographic memory and they remember human faces too. And chicken's not as smart as a crow. A crow will mess your day up, man.
I will tell you, God rest their souls, my grandparents, within the past 5 years, they both passed away. But at one point, they lived their whole life in Puerto Rico and then moved here to be closer to my mom. And she's got a couple sisters who live in Florida because they were getting up in age. And they lived with my mom because that was the most comfortable for them. My other aunts live on Jupiter Island, fancy pants, but they're used to farm life.
Right.
So they lived with my mom in her quaint house, and my mom had 50 chickens, probably more at one point. Well, my grandmother was used to doing this, and my mom couldn't kill her chickens because those were her friends, her pets. They produced eggs for her. But my grandma was like, all right, that one's not going to produce chickens or eggs anymore. It's going to be dinner. So at 80, she passed away before she turned 90, but she would go in there, neck, and just ring those suckers up.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, break their necks, clean them, kill them, do all the things. Can't watch it. But they would know who she was. They were scared to death of her when she would walk into that pen. And not even just that.
The Grim Reaper's here. Of course they're scared.
They stopped producing eggs.
Oh,
really?
really?
That's how they are. They're like, oh, yeah, you're going to kill one of our kind? Guess what we're not going to do for you? They stopped producing eggs for like a month.
Really?
They know. They know. And they were just like, yeah, you're going to kill one of our friends? Guess what? No eggs for you.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Chickens are smarter. They're smarter than you think.
Chickens have built-in
Yes.
gyroscopes, too. You ever, hold one and, their heads don't move around? You can move their body around, but their head don't move. That's one of the... Have you ever caught a chicken? You had to have caught a chicken. If your mom had 50 chickens...
I never messed with them. But I had a little cousin who would go in there and just sweep them up. She was good.
My wife, when we first started dating, she decided to tell me that she was like one of these ag queens, right? She was 4-H all the way back in the day because she grew up in rural Ohio.
Okay.
And she's like, you can't catch a chicken. And I'm like, all right, gauntlet has been thrown down, right? She told me for a couple of years that there's no way in hell that I could catch a chicken. And then we finally go up, we go to meet the folks, all that good stuff and everything. And I'm like, where are your chickens at? And they're like, why? I'm like, this one over here claims I can't catch a chicken. Challenge accepted. Take me to your chickens right now. I got into that coop, ran right up on one, snatched it right up. And I said, you see that?
Yeah.
You see that, woman? I caught that chicken. She's like, oh, it's cold and it's nighttime. They're sleep. No ifs, ands, or buts. I caught that damn chicken.
Roosters, different story. We had a listener go to my
Roosters
mom's
are
house.
dicks,
we had
man.
roosters go to my mom's house and try to take some because my mom had too many roosters because she was incubating them and hatching her own.
Yeah.
And she had 5, and you only need 1 with all those hens. And they were, like you said, they were dicks. They would try to attack my mom every time she went in there, so she would have to go in with a baseball bat just in case.
The trick? There's a trick.
Yeah. What is that?
Put a bucket over them.
Well, they're fast. So I put that on the radio, and a listener was like, I'll take your roosters for you. Don't ask what you're doing with them. I don't care. So he showed up with his beautiful family, 2 daughters, his wife, went in there with a couple boxes and some zip tie, and it was a feat. It took him a while. He looks at my husband, Matt. He was like, dude, are you going to help me? And I was like, not my problem.
Yeah.
You wanted the roosters. So
I don't
he was
blame
in there. Oh, it was funny. And then a couple more things. Sorry, Leon. We'll get to your phone call. We have goats have accents. I've heard this. They said goats can base their accent on the region that they live in.
You
much
know,
like
I've
human
been listening
accents.
to Tom Brady call these games lately, and I haven't noticed an accent.
Not that kind of goats.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
greatest of all time. And then finally here, we are talking about today is Farm Animal Day. Ducks can sleep with one eye open, and they probably have to. To stay alert for predators, ducks can rest half their brain. That's what they do. They rest half their brain while the other half remains awake. So that one half that they're resting, that's the one that eyes closed. The one that's awake, their eyes open.
So they legit sleep with one eye open.
They
then.
do.
Wow.
They legit do.
Good for them.
And there you go for your fun facts. We do have somebody else who is this is like a blast from the past with Real Radio. If you are familiar with our friend Neon Leon, we have Leon on the line. Hello, Leon.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Leon, what's up, buddy?
Hi, Jason.
How you been, Leon?
You're very good. It's nice to hear you.
Thank you.
Your delivery has never changed.
It's only improved, right?
You've got very good timing. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Leon, I know it's always good to hear your voice, but I know this is not necessarily something happy but to talk about, but it is a celebration of life. And somebody else from Real Radio, we told you to call us back and let us, just kind of remind us about this event. So if you can give us whatever information, whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, well, that's why I'm calling. It's this Saturday, celebration of life for Terrence Tahir Howard, the original producer on ZZR. Had been with Love Doctors since the Gator. And Terrence had passed away Thanksgiving weekend last year. A bunch of us had we spent Thanksgiving weekend together as we would normally do, and Monday morning he had passed. And it was just very sudden. He died of a heart attack, and so anyway, his family and some other scenarios. We didn't do anything knowing that we would have an opportunity coming up. So his birthday is this weekend. So we're going to be at Harry and the Natives this coming Saturday. And it's between 2 to 5. If you want to drink and eat, please bring some pocket money. But other than that, we have Spaz from Spaz in the Rain and Cadillac Brats. He'll be doing a few numbers for Terrence's memory. Many of Terrence's close and still remain friends, alumni and ZZR personalities, such as myself, Judy Lee, Lady Di. There may or may not be some type of a visit from Dr. Rich. We'll leave that for you to find out on that day.
I like the tease.
Yeah.
I like the tease, though.
Yeah.
And maybe, what's the famous story that he never would tell?
Oh, yeah. The
what's that
story that shall never be told.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
but
he'll
it's a
tell it
city.
there.
I can't remember what city. The Fort Myers story.
The Fort Myers story,
Maybe
yeah.
they
And you know, Harry and the Natives has a soft spot in Doc Rich's heart. That I know for sure, especially on the news that, they're going to be closing doors soon. That might be the perfect venue for him to,
know that.
That might be the perfect venue for him to, finally tell that story.
I stumbled last night on a GoFundMe for Harry and the Natives. So, aside from joining us for Terrence's celebration of life, I'm sure you can hit up Harry and find out, what the plans are. There's a few things on the internet, so I'll just leave. That's not something I'm really privy to. I just happen to stumble on it.
Absolutely.
But,
yeah. I mean, it's going to be a great event in memory of Terrence Tahir Howard this Saturday. Harry and the Natives. What time, Leon?
Between 2 and 5.
2 and 5. And we got a lot of Real Radio alum that are going to be in attendance there. Unfortunately, Leon, I will not be able to make it. I will be at a wedding in Dallas this Saturday, but please, for every power you can, send my regards to Judy Lee, Lady Di, everybody that's going to be there. I really wish I could be there. What's that?
I said Mr. Bill's coming.
Mr. Bill. All right. Very cool.
And I'm sure listening out there, a lot of people recognize a lot of those names and they want to go on out. And that's why you're putting this out there, because it's open to the public.
Absolutely.
So if you want to go celebrate, absolutely do so. Harry and the Natives. Now, we don't do this that often. It was something that we used to do a lot. So this is up to you, Leon. We do have Al on the other line who has something he wants to say to you.
Okay.
You're okay with that?
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
All right, Al, you're on.
Oh, thank you. Leon, I'm having a lot of problems with work, and I'm thinking about changing my career. I'm really good with psychic energies. Do you see me being able to do that?
We can all do it. It's called your conscience.
Right.
So that inner spot inside of you, if you make your decisions based on not necessarily a gut feeling, but against an energy where that you are right. And if you can share that with people, if you're confident enough that you trust it for your own life, that you would tell your best friend what direction that you feel that they're going in, then by all means, yes.
Okay, yeah, because I'm just having so many problems with my back, and I've been using for years my pineal gland as a filter. So the biggest thing I wanted to do is help those that have passed on but aren't able to go to the light.
Okay, well that's a tall ticket. You have to be prepared on the inside to be able to hold that energy and move it through. To be a vessel is, you've got to be in the right place to be able to do that.
Now, what kind of gland are we talking about here? I heard gland and my interest peaked. I'm
I have no idea. I'm so
helio
sorry.
gland? Is that what I heard?
Yes, it's right in the middle of your brain, and it's basically your third eye.
Huh.
Oh, see, I thought it was located somewhere completely different on the body, but that's a whole other story.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah. All right, Franny's frantically Googling there. All right, well, you guys, it sounds like we've got positive vibes going around all over here.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Leon.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Slightly tainted as far as that ability.
All right.
Thank you. I'll let you go. I appreciate it. And hey, guys, great show. I'm sorry that Jimmy's not there, but Don, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
All right, Al, thank you for calling in. And you know what? Maybe one day, because we did this years ago, we'll have Leon, known as Neon Leon, come into the Penthouse because I know that people absolutely loved it. He would come in with his tarot cards, and we would just do just a segment of him and people calling in and with life problems and romance and jobs or whatever, and people absolutely love it. So we'll get something set up with you, okay, Leon?
Oh, I do know. I've been invited. I've been begged.
You have.
It started with COVID and, scenarios from there. But, yes, I come the later part of the year, I definitely will be in the studio. Jason, it's so great to have an opportunity to speak with you. I'm sorry we're not going to see you this Saturday, but if you want to let people know on the Gator,
absolutely,
tomorrow morning, that would be great. We would appreciate it.
Absolutely, Leon. Great to talk to you. And if you are a long-time fan of Real Radio, WZZR, Real Talk, Real Rock 92.7, whatever it might be, Terrence the Hair Howard.
Real rock.
Yeah, exactly.
The best real rock.
It's Real Rock.
92.7 ZZR. Jason, I've known you for
R.
It's 25 years. I mean, when's
It's yes.
You were a kid. Weren't you? You were like 17 years old when you jumped on Real Radio.
It was 2000, and I was 17 years old. So you do the math. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, it's been a long time.
There was one. I wanted to share with Franny that one night we had a birthday party here, and I'm talking a party for Judy Lee, and he, Dano, and Johnny C parked the bread truck in front of the house.
Uh-huh.
I can already see where the story's going, by the way, with the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
When they came walking in with a case of beer, the party was just getting going.
It just kicked up. Yeah. Well, that's what kind of party they're going to have on Saturday at Harry and the Natives. It's a celebration of life for Terrence the Hair Howard. Leon, thanks for checking in. We appreciate it, bud.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care. So somebody had called in and was talking about wanting to do Al about the afterlife and stuff like that. I believe, I don't know if this, but Median is the name of somebody who can. I actually I did a podcast with a median maybe about 2 years ago, and it was really crazy, some of the stuff that we were talking about. And it was my mom and my two sisters, and we actually tried to see if we could contact my father at the time. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, we didn't. But there was other people in our family, like my mom, I guess one of her aunts had come through or whatever it was. And it was really interesting, whether you believe or not. I've talked about stuff on the show here and even with Jason on the Gator about hauntings, growing up in a house that was built in the 1800s, Victorian home. Now it's part of the Civil War Museum in Kennesaw, Georgia. There's a big picture of it. It's a historical site.
Right.
And word on the street is even part of the Underground Railroad, went underneath it. And growing up, I believe in my heart of heart that I was haunted. I mean, I would wake up in the middle of the night and my comforter would be getting pulled off of me. And
ooh, that's creepy.
Creepy. I was a kid. Creepy. And
it wasn't Diddy?
It was not Diddy. But it was one of those things, and I had one of those rooms and like one of those little closets that you always see in scary movies. It's that little mini closet door that was in my bedroom. And it was just spooky, like just creaks at night. And my mom was always, oh, don't worry. That was just the noises, a squirrel. And I'm like, well, who the hell's pulling the comforter off me? And she's just saying, you were just having a nightmare. It's not real.
How many sisters do you have?
I have two. So later on in life, no, but I would go running into my sister's bedroom.
I was going to say, you sure it wasn't one of them pranking you? Okay, all right.
So one of my sisters was downstairs and the other one was upstairs with me in our bedroom. So I would go running into her bedroom and sleep with her every night. And after that would happen. But later on in life, my mom said, I want you to know, so you don't think you're crazy, that whatever you're feeling was real. I just, as a kid, didn't want you to be scared.
Right.
She's like, because I saw things all the time.
Mama said this to you.
Yeah. So my mom just always thought that I was very intuitive and open to it. And I am very empathetic. And when you're like that, you see things and things can come into your life. And my other sisters, not so much. So she did. So I bring that much. They are empathetic.
I was going to say, some sisters suck, huh?
No, they're awesome people. But some people just have that. So I bring that up and I want to know, what do you have? Because Thrillist came out with a list of the most haunted spots in every state. So it's just one in each, and I know there's a lot of places that have a bunch. Now, this is one that
St. Augustine is on had to make the list, right?
So it's not number one.
Get out of here.
Because they only gave you the most haunted, what they considered, in every state. Florida. And I have heard this story, but I've never made because I've been to Key West plenty of times, and I've never made the trip to this place. It is called the Fort East Martello. Is it Martello Museum? Have you heard this?
Yep.
So they say this is what they call the home to the OG Florida man and Robert the Haunted Doll. Have we heard the story?
I have heard the story, yes.
The Haunted Doll?
Yes.
So I have too, but I have yet to go to check out Robert the Haunted Doll. But this is number one. Robert the Haunted Doll is the inspiration for that movie Annabelle, which is about a haunted doll, right? So he was a gift that was given to the late artist Robert Eugene Otto. And as a boy, Otto would blame the doll for all sorts of mischief, but the whole thing morphed from a cute little Calvin and Hobbes kind of riff into something far more sinister. So some say that this doll is a raggedy, weathered little sailor doll, is cursed. He's reported to change facial expressions from time to time. Some say he'll even let out little giggles. Like, that is scary.
That's creepy,
Little giggles coming from a doll. And some say he'll cause endless pain and suffering to those who disrespect him by taking his photo. So when you go to that museum, they say, don't. If you take his photo, you will be cursed. And
Do it, Franny.
They say it's difficult because he's the centerpiece of the entire museum.
You know, I have an idea, Franny.
What, are we going on a field trip?
Dom is new to the show, and there usually is, with any show on the radio, it's an initiation process.
Okay, I like it.
So I'm thinking maybe we send Dom down to take his picture with the stuff.
I'm with you. Okay, so how about this plan? We all go to Key West, but he's the only one that goes to the
We send him solo. Okay,
just so we can go to Sloppy Joe's.
All right. Deal.
Yeah, we'll do
Fat
that field
Tuesdays.
Trip. Yes,
I know where you're going.
Kevin's.
All right, okay, I like that. So we'll make you do that. But if you have or have been anywhere in Florida and you're like, you know what, it's not Fort East, it's this spot is the most haunted place in Florida. I know for a fact. I know that there's a bar down in Delray they say is very, very haunted. What do you got? Give us a text, 47142. Start it off with Real Radio. Call us, 877-927-6969. It's October. It's that spooky time of the year, and I want to hear some of your stories. You can do that on the other side, but of course, we have a trifecta coming your way, and Jason will handle that when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to get rid of hotel bathtubs, and I just can't stand for it.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't take your side.
Sealand, you've used a hotel bathtub before. I've seen it. Wait.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Delray Beach, accident with a left lane blocked. Florida Turnpike southbound. It's right before Atlantic Avenue. Expect delays as you travel through there. 95 looks good. No major incidents. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny, and fall is here, and that means shopping season. So if you need extra cash and ready to sell your car, then you gotta check out GimmeTheVin.com. Get top dollar for used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com. They're 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau and pay more than their competitors. If they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. It's fast, pressure-free, and they'll even pick up your car for free. Visit GimmeTheVin.com today and get your check on the spot.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current, the story of the only two women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
When the going gets tough, the tough get Storm Smart. Since 1996, Storm Smart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty. Because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smithball, Baez, and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers. A motor vehicle crash occurs in the blink of an eye and never takes place at a good time. From personal experience, and after more than 25 years of helping car accident victims, I know how painful, disruptive, and stressful the crash and its aftermath can be. To further complicate matters, there are often very complex legal and insurance issues that arise from the crash. The entire legal team at Smithball, Baez, and Prather knows how to navigate through such legal maze following an accident. If you've been in an accident, the lawyers at Smithball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smithball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure.
Next in line, please.
So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. With 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
Do you like that gift wrap?
Really ties it all together. Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 10/27/24. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 300 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable
to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Holiday hosting starts at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances, plus save an additional $75 on select cooking appliances, $899 or more. Valid through 10/16 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
NCBX 12 meteorologist Charlotte Cole will start to see some shower and storm development around mid-afternoon. That's also when we'll start to see those temperatures tick down just slightly. Highs today are going to be in the upper 80s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Overall, we will see that rain chance ramp up as we head into this weekend.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game.
I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
The Greek Trifecta is sponsored by the Crazy Horse Saloon.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome back into The Penthouse, Real Radio 92.1, 101.7, and of course on that absolutely free iHeart radio app. This is Franny. We got Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hey there.
And we have Jason filling in for Greek today. What's going on, Jason?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey. What's up?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, just
making radio with Franny all day long.
Doing it again.
Can we get your Greek impersonation?
Oh, yeah. That didn't sound like English. Oh, you did it right. Good job.
Yeah.
Greek will be back with us tomorrow, and we know Greek handles a trifecta, but we got a Jason's trifecta for you.
Yeah, sure.
I love your energy. It's contagious.
You know, I am thrilled to be doing the trifecta today because I get to talk about Diddy.
Yeah.
And now the 120 people who are accusing him of sexual assault and abuse in impending lawsuits. The now infamous lawyer, I'll call him infamous because he's kind of tethered himself into this sexual abuse world, but his name is Tony Busby. He's the same guy that is representing all the people that hurled accusations at Deshaun Watson back when he was the QB of the Houston Texans. This guy says, hey, we are representing 100 people that are going to be accusing, making sexual assault and abuse allegations against Diddy, including a 9-year-old boy. So things are really starting to get super creepy in this whole Diddy situation. Last night was the vice presidential debate. I watched a little bit of it. Didn't get surprised by anything except for one small thing at the very end that gave me a glimmer of hope when it comes to politics. The fact that after the debate was over, the two easy for me to say, Franny, the two vice presidential candidates actually walked over with their wives, shook each other's hands, had a civil conversation where they were smiling, and it looks like they were actually being humans to each other,
As they
which
should, right?
I absolutely think is a great thing after these, because these debates and politics can just drive people to extremes, and seeing civility in these candidates made me feel a little bit better about the situation. And finally, the dock workers strike. I don't know if it's come up too much on ZZR, but I wanted to bring it up today just so you're cognizant of it. There is a massive dock workers strike that is in effect. It could bring big wage gains to the dock workers, but while they're on strike, it could also disrupt the already fragile supply chain that we have going on. So hopefully they can come to a resolve there rather quickly. That's your trifecta on a Wednesday.
Well, thank you so very much. So before the break, I was mentioning a couple haunting things, including the most haunted place in Florida, which is in Key West, and it's the home of Robert the Doll. And I put out there, hey, if you know any places in Florida or anywhere, just let us know. We got a couple of texts, 47142. This is the one that I was thinking of in Del Rey. I could not remember the name of the bar, so thank you so much. It is the Blue Anchor Pub.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, that is right off Atlantic Avenue.
Yeah.
And story has it is that the actual, and it's not story, they say it's true, the actual bar that is there was brought over from London. And it was brought over, it was the pub, it's just a big wooden, gorgeous bar in the pub, but built in London in the 1840s, and it was during the Jack the Ripper times, is the claim here. So the bar was raised in London, but its whole facade and that rich wood interior features and all that was disassembled, shipped to New York City, and they were stored there until about 1996, and that's when they were brought over to Delray Beach. And now that bar lives at the Blue Anchor Pub. And so the claim is that along with it was attached the ghost of Bertha Starkey. So the claim is... Old Bertha, yes, is that she was caught with a lover when her husband came home unexpectedly off a ship and then assassinated her, killed her for cheating. So story has it is that she is the one that's on there. So somebody gave me that information. I appreciate that. And then we have one more in our text line at 47142. It says the Coconut Bar in Port Salerno.
I love the Nut.
I don't think I've ever been there, but they said it's known to be haunted. Bartenders there have been known to burn sage after being spooked more than once. And they say it's home to several known murders.
Yep. It absolutely
and
is.
That's from April.
I had just missed one by like an hour a few years ago, a number of years ago. Yeah. So I played in a band. We played a handful of gigs there, played a handful of gigs around that Salerno, Manatee Pocket area. And we would always end up at the Nut afterward for drinks. It's a smoky bar. It's a dive bar. And I love me a good dive bar. And yeah, the stories that I would hear about several different hauntings in that place, it's not unheard of. I can't believe I forgot about the Nut.
Yep, so that was from April. So thank you about that. And then somebody else says, I'll tell you what's scary is that Home Depot already has their Christmas display up.
That's not. It shouldn't be surprising to anybody.
I know.
I mean, they gotta sell stuff. Seasonal things happen. I mean, here's the other thing that
Thanksgiving isn't like a big holiday to decorate for, and Halloween stuff was already out.
Absolutely. Here's the thing we forget about because we're Floridians, that seasons change.
True.
Maybe not here. We go from summer 1 to summer 2 to hurricane season to summer 3, and then maybe a little bit of fall before we get back to summer 1.
That 2 weeks of cold weather.
Yeah. The occasional,
which is like in February, by the way.
The cold front that will roll through. Season and things are seasonal. I got to live in Cleveland for a while. And like clockwork, Labor Day will come through and the winds will change. You can feel it. You can see it. The leaves start to change colors and everything. And they want to get ahead of that. So for all this stuff to be in stores in advance, I'm not surprised about. And anybody that bitches about it, get over it.
I know. I'm not either. I mean, I just came from Maryland this past weekend, and it was chilly.
Yeah.
It was chilly. And then I flew back home, and I'm like, God, why is it so hot in October?
Oh, doesn't it feel great when you get off the plane in South Florida and you're just blasted with humidity? It's just amazing. And I'm not being sarcastic. I love that.
He loves the heat. He does. I like it to an extent, but it's been damn hot.
My last trip went to Denver, right? So I had all the moisture sucked out of my skin. I was flaking when I was out there. Nose is all dried out. The second I got off the plane here, my skin looked back at me and said, thanks, bro.
Bounced right back.
It sure did.
Bounced right back. So I wanted to get into this too, and this is stuff about movie facts that sound really fake but are 100% true, and some are from movies that we know and love. I'm not too much into the horror genre. Used to be.
Horror. There's the horror genre, but that's triple X, and we can't talk about that.
So the horror drama, and I used to be. My husband is not a fan, so I have fallen out of watching those kind of movies because I have to have somebody to watch them with. Can't watch them alone. And so one of these, it starts out with, this was a list that was done on BuzzFeed. Some of these movies I've seen, some I haven't. But It. Have you ever seen It? This is chapter 2.
That's the clown in the,
Yeah,
in the
Pennywise.
sewer, right? Pennywise the clown.
Pennywise.
I think a long time ago I did see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they came out with a couple new movies recently. And so this was it, because this is one of the most recent ones. It was It Chapter 2. So these are facts that may sound fake, but are true. During It Chapter 2, they used 5,000 gallons of fake blood for one bathroom scene that had Jessica Chastain in it.
What?
5,000. They said this was 100% factual.
No way.
Yes. So if you don't believe this, then take it up with BuzzFeed. Another one.
Think of it this way, Franny.
Yeah.
5,000 gallons, you said,
Yeah,
right?
that's a lot. I
So they're
know.
going to try and fit 1,000 5-gallon jugs of blood in one bathroom.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
if
I'm
it's
telling
true,
you,
it's impressive.
I'm just relaying the message.
Okay.
That's it. I'm just here as a middleman. Next up, we have Eli Roth was inspired to write Hostel after hearing about, and I got to look this up, after hearing about a website in Thailand where you could pay $10,000, and I'm guessing this is dark web, you could pay $10,000 to shoot someone in the head. That's how he came up with that. They said that he discovered a Thai website for people who can pay to torture and kill another human. Does that surprise you that something like that really exists?
Not at all.
It's so scary, though. It does. He said he was talking to a friend about the worst, sickest thing he'd ever seen on the internet, and he said that in Thailand you pay $10,000, you can shoot someone in the head. He's like, I thought it would be a great subject to do a documentary on that, but then I thought, do I want these people knowing where I live, if it's real, if they've got my address, if it's fake? They probably run off with my credit card, whatever it is. So he was like, I'm not going to do a documentary. I'll just create a film about it and pretend like it's fake and I didn't know anything about this.
Smart move.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'd say it worked out for him.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman, Batman Returns.
Yep.
They said that she literally had to be vacuum sealed into her Catwoman costume.
Nice. I mean, it tracks.
Nice.
Listen.
Such a dude.
What, that movie came out in, 1989?
It's a long time ago.
That was like young Jason's first foray into having a crush on a lovely young lady.
Okay, she's been very lovely, still is.
And I love that leather.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sounding creepy right now.
It was very, very tight, though. It was. So I'm not surprised, because how else? I mean, latex, because people wear GIP costumes.
Is it like a
That's
one-time?
latex?
Bring out the GIP.
Is it like a one-time costume, or did she have multiple of them? Then like they cut her out and then vacuum seal her again, and then cut her out?
That's a great question.
You would think, because it wasn't done in one day,
No,
that movie,
no.
she would have to, huh? They probably had multiple.
Pro tip, by the way, if you're
Yeah.
into that whole latex thing and you are a fan of Shannon Elizabeth, check out Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
There's a whole scene where they come out of the van, walking seductively to Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi. Still my favorite song by Bon Jovi to this date for that very reason.
We'll go back and check it out.
That mental picture
know.
will never leave my brain, Franny.
I can tell by the way that you're talking that you're very fond of that memory. Also, Chris Farley, rest in peace. Love him. He was originally cast as Shrek. They said, and he recorded about 85% of the lines before he died.
Really?
I had no idea. They said when Mike Myers took over, he asked for a rewrite because he didn't want to do the Chris Farley version of the script, but it was like out of respect, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
They rewrote the script because of that, but he had 85%.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine if AI was as big as it
I
was
was
when it
just
first
thinking the
lined?
same thing.
Why
All you
not
had to do
take
is
his voice and finish to 15% of it?
clone his voice and redo it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not, though, because Shrek was such a great film with Mike Myers.
It was, but who
Michael
knew?
Myers.
Chris Farley could have killed it too. I can totally see that. Let's see. We have Candyman. Candyman 3 times. Never seen it?
Nope.
So Tony Todd had to have real bees in his mouth. I did hear this. Do you remember the scene in Candyman where he opens up his mouth and all of
The
these
bees come out?
come
Yeah, I'm not
flying out of
familiar
his
with the
mouth?
movie at all.
I want to say it's even on the cover of the film, if you the movie poster. But yeah, they said that they had to have real bees in his mouth. He wore a mouth guard, but still got stung 27 times.
Wow. All right. So the movie cover that I'm seeing here, or the movie poster I'm seeing
Are there
here,
bees coming out of his
it's
mouth
an
in that one?
eyeball with a bee crawling on the bottom eyelid.
Maybe that's it. But there is a scene, yes, where all of these bees just come crawling out of his mouth. It's disgusting. Speaking of insects that are disgusting, Home Alone. Do you remember the one scene in Home Alone where there is a tarantula on, oh my God, help me, the 2 guys that were in it, the criminals. Home Alone, Daniel Stern.
Yes.
Was one of them. And originally, the prop department was like, yeah, we're going to use a fake tarantula, can't use a real deal. But they said when they were filming it, it looked way too fake. So the director was like, no, we got to do a real one and put a real tarantula, whose name was Barry, the tarantula.
It's a great name.
Crawling on his face.
Barry.
So in it, if you recall, Daniel Stern's character screaming like a chick when it's on his face. And he was saying like that was real.
Wow.
Those shrieks that were coming out of my mouth.
Good.
Really were that high pitched because of how terrifying it was. Now we're talking about things that happen in movies that sound fake but are absolutely real. Michael Caine was adamant about playing Scrooge 100% straight in The Muppet Christmas Carol. He said, quote, I'm going to play Scrooge as if it is an utterly dramatic role and there are no puppets around me. And that's exactly what he did. If you've seen it, you know. Excuse me. And then finally here, Steven Spielberg refused to be paid for Schindler's List. I had no idea he not getting paid for it. He refused because he thought it would be like collecting blood money.
Yeah, I get the sentiment, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. But I mean, dude, that was a iconic movie.
It was,
and it's got your name all over it.
Yep.
You deserve what comes from it.
I think that's all he cares about.
Yeah, that's good.
That it has his name all over it.
Well, that dude's got so much jack. It's not even funny.
Yes.
You know, for him to sit out a paycheck for that movie, I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. 47142 started off with Real Radio. I do have to look this up. They said Shrek was based on an actual person, and he looks just like him. They say, look it up. I have no idea.
Shrek fun facts for you, Dan.
Yeah,
there you go.
so thank you so much. Most haunted places in West Palm Beach. I did not write this. It says Dom's crotch. I'm sorry, Dom. Sorry, Dom. I'm just reading the text messages. 47142. What about the place called Haunted Hill? Probably more of an optical illusion, but it's a stretch of road that if you put your car in neutral, it appears to roll uphill.
There's a handful of places like that. There's one up in Ohio as well. Yeah,
is that in Florida?
There's one in Florida. I know there's one in Ohio.
Like, we have hills?
Yeah, well, northern central Florida. Yeah, but it's an illusion because it looks like you're going uphill, but you're actually going down, or vice versa. I have heard of these places before, and yes. By the way, the character Shrek was inspired by Maurice Tillet, a real-life French wrestler from the 1940s.
I did not know that, so thank you for letting us know that information. 47142 started off with Real Radio.
And it actually looks like the guy, too.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah.
He's got big hands.
It looks just like him.
It really does. From the ears to the nose. All right. I didn't know that. So thank you for letting us know. So when it comes to flicks, I have seen some movies, and I'm sure you have too, where you're just like, why did it end that way? This has to be the worst ending I've ever seen. The whole movie was the best until that. Is there anything top of mind that you can think of that at the end of the movie, you're like, that totally, I wish I didn't invest all this time in this movie because the ending just totally sucked?
Goonies.
But you didn't like that in general. I know. Are you listening right now? Jason does not like the Goonies.
And I'm not doing that
Very
to trigger you. I realize I am on an island by myself there. The Goonies did not strike a chord with me. Now, I'll put the caveat on this. I did not watch the Goonies as a young person. I watched it as an adult, and watching it as an adult, it just does not do it.
I think that was a problem. So whether it's a movie or a TV show and you wait and you watch the finale of it and you're just, Seinfeld was one of the ones that people were so
for
great.
Sure.
So it was one of those shows that you're like, I waited.
Lost.
And
Remember Lost?
Lost.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch the last couple seasons of Lost.
I was in.
Yeah.
I watched every single episode, and this is well before the days of video on demand or whatever. You had to. It was appointment setting TV. You had to be there. You had to watch it, and I watched it all the way to the bitter end. And I was just like, what the hell?
Another one never got into. I don't know, Dom or Jason, if you had, was The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people felt like they could have cut that show's length in half and it would have been better.
I bailed after like the third season. I'm like, I'm good. I'm done here. Now there is another show that is similar to that, and it is going to drive me nuts because the name is escaping me. It was based on a video game. They had a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights last year. And it was
Five Nights at Freddy's.
No. It's where
what you're talking about.
It's where
and we kept on calling it "This Is Us," but it's not
Yes,
"This Is Us," which is
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
That's it.
Because we kept on calling it "This Is Us," which is like this. That's a very sappy drama.
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
That's it. The Last of Us.
That is very popular, and that is a movie franchise. No.
It's a TV show.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay, The Last of Us.
But
never
it is
watched.
based off of a very popular video game, and I've never played the game. I'm not a gamer at all. But watching the show, love the show. It's fantastic.
Okay. How about you, Don? Was there anything that you watched and you were like, why did it end this way? That was the worst.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
That was one for me.
Yep. And I've heard that too. And I've also heard a lot of people not super crazy about the spinoffs.
Yeah.
that
Oh
they
no.
have.
Same here.
I got to tell you, and maybe another unpopular opinion on my behalf here, but I didn't get the whole Game of Thrones thing. I watched an episode. I was like, and then I watched another episode, and I was like, meh. And I just bailed. I did not get into it like everybody else did.
Yeah.
Lots of filler.
Yeah.
Is there?
It seems that way.
I didn't watch it either, and I felt like I was the only one.
You're not alone, Franny.
I did. When back in the day, we had a former host, Johnny C., and then with him and Jimmy, our former producer, obviously Greek, that's not his style, but they would talk about it. We'd have so many listeners call in. Am I the only one who does not watch Game of Thrones? I did. I felt like I was on an island alone. But one show, the ending made no sense to me, and I felt like they did not need this because it was so good. I don't know if you guys ever saw The Umbrella Academy.
Yes.
Good stuff.
No.
Like it. I wasn't super crazy.
Not a crazy ending.
Right? About the last one. If you have anything you want to throw in the mix, Game of Thrones has been popular. A couple people texting that. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Like you felt like you dedicated your life to a series or whatever it was, and then you were so let down by it. Just let us know, and we'll get into those at 47142. Now, in a few minutes, we got another keyword coming your way. We have up to 13 chances a day for you to score $1,000. We call it Red Zone Revenue. I think last time we did this $1,000, we had 2 or 3 winners here on Real Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it 4. You're going to get a keyword. Enter it, realradio921.com. We make it super simple for you. There's a pop-up right there. Fill it out, the information. And if you do, and you get a weird phone call after the fact, unknown number, 513 area code, whatever it is, pick it up because it could be us on the other side letting you know that you won $1,000. Now we got some Florida stories coming your way and so much more on Real Radio 92.1.
We're everywhere you need to be.
I've been everywhere, man.
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Real Radio wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green, and Finer.
After your car accident, we put money in your pocket or you pay us nothing. Steinger, Green, and Finer. 1-800-561-1111.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm in Miami.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Delray Beach accident clearing now. Turnpike South right before Atlantic Avenue. Still some delays through there. I-95 looks good. Our drive times along the Palm Beaches are up to speed. That's traffic with Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game booths available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer buckets